on NASCAR Hotpass. The boys are back in Bristol for a Saturday night showdown at sundown. A short track known for its small turns and steep banks. Drivers are either ready for the challenge or pay the ultimate price.
Oh, that's going to happen. You knew it was going to happen.
Ride shotgun with Dale Jr., Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, and Carl Edwards to see who'll take the checkered at the washing machine. Grab a seat and enjoy the sights and sounds from Thunder Valley. Next on NASCAR Hotpass.
NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV welcomes you to the Bristol Motor Speedway in Thunder Valley. A fan favorite for good reason. Non-stop excitement. We're going to ride shotgun with Dale Earnhardt Jr. on Channel 799. Tonight's broadcast presented by Dodge. When we left here March 25th, after Kyle Busch had won the very first race in the Car of Tomorrow, lots of work to get this track reconfigured. A total of 39,000 square yards of dirt removed, replaced by 20,000 cubic yards of concrete. Jeff Hammond refers to this place as a ring of fire, and it is indeed. 160,000 fans from all 50 states and 8 countries packed in to this modern-day Coliseum. 7th largest capacity and one of the biggest sporting events. It has become an event. Now Dale Earnhardt Jr. will start in the 17th position. Qualifying yesterday, he got a little bit loose in the Budweiser Chevrolet. This is the first time that these teams have been to a track twice, racing with the Car of Tomorrow. Now, 3 races remain to get in the chase for the 2007 NASCAR Nextel Cup title. You see Dale Earnhardt Jr. 163 points behind Kurt Busch. 3 races to get into that final transfer spot, so Dale Earnhardt Jr. can contend for the championship. Well, so what does he need to do? For example, if he leads the most laps tonight and Kurt Busch finishes dead last, well, guess what? Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be just 2 points behind Kurt Busch. Down to my broadcast partner, Jeff Hammond, with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Jr., you come back to this place called Bristol. I think that, I've watched you do some of those back in the day shows. I don't think a lot of people understand how special this place was to you as far as, I think, influencing you to get into driving race cars, right? I mean, you love this place.
It's a great racetrack. They say that there's at least someone from each and every state in the country here tonight to watch this race. Aside from the Daytona 500, I don't think there's another track on the circuit that can make that happen. And it's a great race for the fans. This is the top ticket on the circuit right now. It's even going to get better with this new configuration. I think it's going to bring a lot more exciting racing to it. If you watched the Busch race last night, you see it's already happening, and we don't even have the tire dialed in yet. So I think we're going to get to the top tonight, run up there, and have some fun, and hopefully get to the front.
I was getting ready to say, you mentioned the top groove. I mean, all season long, if you could find a top groove, and even here a year ago, you like running that top groove, so they really made this racetrack kind of play right into your hand.
Yeah, when you run up there, you got more motor than everybody. You're getting more momentum off the corner, and if you can get your car to work up there, that's definitely going to be the preferred line. So it was hard to pass on the bottom last night when guys that were even semi getting their cars to work half decent at the top. Very hard to pass on the bottom, even if you were good cars. So I was watching that, and if we can get up there, and I think we'll be good enough to advance. But if we even have to, if we have to play defense for a while, the top's the place to be because nobody can get around you on the bottom.
You got that 2 car in your rearview mirror. That's where you're going to keep him all night?
That's up to him. We'll try to run as hard as we can. I think they've got a good car. They always run good here, but, we're going to I'm running wide open. That's my strategy.
There it is, fans. He's going to be running wide open right now with 3 races to go. That's the name of the game, wide open.
Jeff Hammond, this has been a great track for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He has 17 Nextel Cup wins. Got a win here back in 2004. In fact, he won both races on that weekend. You see 5 top 5 finishes. That's the key. He's been in the money. He likes this new configuration, likes the surface, and he expects to be a contender here tonight. Let's take a lap around this place with Jeff Hammond, proof that real men work in the pits.
Well, all right, thank you there, Steve. Let's take a ride around here with Dale Jr., courtesy EA Sports. You know, we're coming around this racetrack. They've really made it nice. It's been basically progressive banking, 24 to 30 degrees. Racetrack is very smooth. The guys can get real aggressive with the shock package, but Dale Jr.'s already talked about it. Just cross the start-finish line. He's willing to run the top side. He can run the bottom, but he's looking for that top groove to really come in, keep that momentum up, and keep that number 8 car really sailing around the top all the way up to the front. And this is a lap courtesy of Dale Jr. and EA Sports.
Well, Jeff, all the drivers we've talked to this weekend seem to love this new surface. It's variable banking from 24 degrees on the bottom of the track up to 30 degrees. Now, one other thing to think about for Dale Earnhardt Jr. If, in fact, he does win the race and picks up 195 points, that's great. On the other hand, if he does have some kind of a problem, things happen so fast here, this team is prepared to go to work on the race car. Let's go back to Jeff.
That's right, Steve. We're back here kind of like in the crash zone area. This is the front section for the car tomorrow for the number 8 car. But aerodynamics will not be a problem tonight. They won't have to worry about this, I don't think. What's going to happen is if this car gets crashed very bad, they'll bring it back here. Here's the jack, and jack stands. They'll jack the car up. They'll get ready to make repairs. Here's the crash cart that has everything possible as far as repairing this car. They've got a generator. They've got a rear end. They've got a steering box right here. Here's the upper control arms, lower control arms, all the drag links, steering linkage, front spindles and hubs complete with a welder and a cutting torch. They've also got a spare radiator. All these things are here just in case the car does get damaged. And oh yes, if it's really very bad, Steve, they've even got a frame straightener. They'll be able to straighten the frame on this number 8 car because they realize how important the points are.
Well, Jeff, they're going to have to do everything they can if in fact Dale Jr. is caught up in some kind of an incident. Now, let's take a look at our track facts. This Bristol Motor Speedway, little over a half mile. We talked about the progressive banking, 24 degrees at the bottom up to 30 degrees. Billed as the fastest half-mile speedway anywhere. 500 laps. It's a total of 266 miles. You see your pit road speed. Pit window, folks, they can go a long way here, but the issue will be tires, strategy, those sorts of things, but they can run as many as 150 laps on fuel. Today's drivers on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV. In addition to Dale Earnhardt Jr., you see Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin, all 5 drivers. Hamlin and Gordon are clinched. They will race for the 2007 championship. Of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr., our guy, Junior Nation, watching as he tries to fight his way back with 3 races remaining to get in the chase for the Nextel Cup. Now, it's been extremely hot here in Bristol, Tennessee. Temperatures earlier in the day topping out in the mid-90s. You see, it's a little bit overcast. Currently 81 degrees. 40% chance of showers. And there you see some threatening sky, but as of yet, knock on wood, we haven't seen any rain. So that's your race analysis. And Jeff Hammond, I want to talk to you because everything, as I mentioned, everything we've heard earlier indicates that the drivers really like this new configuration at the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, everybody I've talked to, Bill Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Burton, they've all given this racetrack rave reviews, including Dale Earnhardt Jr. They can't get over the fact they've been able to make this kind of a change since March and come back and hit it, I mean, just almost perfect. Dale Jr. was talking about the tires. You know, they don't have the tires exactly right, and it's still a great place to race. They're looking forward to, I think, coming back here in March, once they make a little bit more of an adjustment on the tires, this place is really going to be fast. But when you think about the 3-wide racing we saw here on Friday night, everybody right now is up on the edge of their seat expecting the same thing, but even better, because it's going to be for 500 laps, not just 250.
Yeah, copy that, Jeff. Side-by-side racing. I'm going to see if I can catch up with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Jr., this is Steve Burns with NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV. Do you have a copy?
10-4.
Hey, man, I know you're getting focused, getting ready to race here in this half-mile racetrack. Your thoughts before they cut it loose?
I don't know what my thoughts are. I'm just ready to get the race started. Ready to see how this
T-Bone, you want to interview one or two of these crew members?
Track. It should be a lot of fun. We should have fun tonight. You know, that's the main goal. We got a good opportunity. We had a good car practice, and we got the strategy of the great Tony Eury Jr. working the pits. So I don't see how we can't lose.
All right, man, we like your strategy too. Go wide open as long as you can.
Yeah, we're going wide open. You can guarantee that.
Copy. We'll check back with you later. Have a good night. All right, we're getting set to go green. Let's go back to the pits and Jeff Hammond.
Steve, I've caught up with a veteran, I think, of many campaigns. The big guy himself, former Jack man, used to be one of me guys. You know, us guys used to Jack. You're now the gas man here. Jeff Clark. Jeff, you've been in some dogfights over your career. You know what it's all about. What about the crew? I mean, walking around here earlier, it looks like everybody's pretty loose. You've been running well, but you can't quite close the deal out. How about tonight?
Well, Jeff, I think the crew's pretty focused. We know what we're up against with this points deficit. We're ready to face the battle and get on with it tonight. We got to do it.
As a leader of this team, have you been trying to coach these guys and get them really up, or has it been necessary?
Well, myself, Tony Jr., a lot of the guys here have kept us on track, knowing that we cannot make any mistakes. We got to give them everything in the pits we can give them. He can give us what he can give us on the racetrack and make a good finish tonight.
I know as a crew member, Saturday night racing always got my juices flowing a little bit more. How about yourself?
You're definitely right, Jeff. We're pumped up. We're ready to go. Hopefully he'll make some things happen on the track. We'll make it happen on pit road.
That's what it means all right now. It's all coming down to these guys here on pit road, like Jeff Clark. I mean, Guarneri, Kopp, the whole tire change. Everybody here in this number 8 crew, Steve. I mean, they're loose. They're pumped up. And I think they're ready to take the battle to the number 2 car and anybody else that gets in their way tonight.
Hey, Jeff, let's talk about the race car. Yesterday, Dale Jr. said the car was tight. Then late in practice and happy hour, he said the car was bad loose. How does Tony Eury Jr. feel about the race car?
Right now, he really feels very confident. They've made some adjustments in the car. They know exactly what it takes now to go from tight to loose, and they feel like they've got it tunable. That's the key thing right now, is having this race car to be able to keep up with the racetrack. You got to remember, this is not the same Bristol we raced on a year ago, or even in the spring. It's going to have a different adjusting period. It's also going to have a different way it's going to change during the course of this race. I know the light's out on this pace car, so let's get ready to lock and load and make it happen, buddy.
Jeff, how about the electricity? Look at your monitor. All the flash bulbs going off. They're about to cut them loose for 500 laps.
Let me tell you right now, I don't want to interrupt you, but I got goosebumps. I love it down here on pit road because of the fact I love this place. 160,000 screaming fans. I mean, how many thousand horsepower is getting ready to come out? I mean, come to life? It's great. I'm glad I'm down here, and I'm glad I'm with you.
Me too, partner. Let's cut them loose. Pace car is off. On board with Dale Earnhardt Jr., thousands of flash bulbs going off here, 160,000 fans. Glad you're with us here on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV channel 799. Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond, proud to be with you here as we ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jeff and I were talking earlier, we talked about the scenarios. With 3 races remaining, if Dale Earnhardt Jr. can go into that final race at Richmond within 40 points, 50 points, Jeff, he'll be within striking distance.
And that's what they're trying to do. And the thing right now, Steve, I got up here on top of the pit box with Tony Eury Jr. And Tony, you know, we've been kind of watching this thing kind of unfold, and it's gotten down to 3 races to go. You guys have been running really good. Just can't quite put a period on it. How about tonight? Can we put that period on this race?
Well, this is a real fun racetrack, and you really like to win here. And Dale Jr., I think, is up in the task, and the high groove that kind of fits his driving style. So we're going to give it a shot. I mean, it's just unfortunate some of the things that have happened over the last couple of weeks, but, you know, this team's not going to give up, and we're going to keep going strong, and hopefully we can get in there. If not, you know, nobody can say we can't try it hard.
You also told me earlier you feel like you got this car balanced where you can go either way. If the car gets a little tight or a little bit loose, you'll be able to keep up on top of it.
Yeah, we were really tight when we got here, and we freed her up, so I think it'll be real easy to keep it adjusted, and let's see where the racetrack goes here tonight. Hopefully this rain will stay away.
Well, let's hope the rain doesn't come, but the key thing I'm seeing in this pit area and around the garage area today, your guys are really loose. I mean, they know they got a lot of pressure on it, but they're handling it really well.
Yeah, we're just having fun. I mean, that's what this sport's all about. You got to, you know, if the guys start getting down over these little accidents that keep happening, I mean, your team can't perform. So we just stay upbeat. As long as we're running the top 5 things happen, I can keep them upbeat, and we can keep trying to win races. But nobody's down. Everybody's still pulling hard, and that's what I'm focused on.
I know things are getting ready to get kind of loud and crazy around here. Good luck tonight. Steve, I think we got everything right where we want it. All we got to do now is get ourselves a green flag.
Well, Jeff, they waved it off. The 49 car with John Andretti aboard, guess couldn't get started, so they got a wrecker out there to push him, but that's why they waved off the green flag.
Time dang. You all right, June? Some rain on the back here, but it'll be all right. I don't think it's raining in 3, just a little splash on the back.
They're talking about it moving south and not staying around here very long. Pace cars off. Stay in line across start finish. Green flag, green flag.
And we are underway at Thunder Valley.
Still outside, Junior.
You'll hear the voice of the spotter, Steve Meal, a lot tonight. This is a busy place, and we can't say enough how quickly things happen on this high bank half-mile speedway. In your upper left, you're on board the roof cam off Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 8 to your upper right. Network coverage. And to the bottom, our ISO coverage of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Junior following Scott Riggs alongside Clint
Clear high
Boyer.
behind the 07 if you'd like, Junior. Clear high right there if you want it.
See Bobby Labonte in the 43. He's to the right corner of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Junior now making a move on Riggs.
Clear low.
Since 2004, when Dale Earnhardt Jr. led 295 laps here at Bristol, he's finished 4th, 9th, 11th, 3rd, and 7th. He continues to measure Clint Boyer in the 07 car out of Richard Childress Racing. Jeff Hammond, pretty clean start for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Right now, it seems like he's kind of feeling that car out as he rides behind Clint Boyer.
Well, I think that's the one thing he was trying to tell us early on. He wants to be able to kind of get in a rhythm. I mean, this racetrack is a rhythm racetrack. I mean, get it working for you, then you can really enjoy running 500 laps around here. And early on, I can't believe how everybody's still running a lot of side-by-side. Got a couple times I've seen 3 guys 3 wide off of turn 2 over here. So, I mean, so far, a great start and even a clean start. Normally, you see everybody drop to the bottom in a single-file racing by this time.
Well, Jeff, he's definitely right now, he's not quite in that high groove. He's running the middle through the corners, and he's alongside Clint Boyer and behind Kyle Busch.
Well, watching him from the in-car, it looks like he's trying to make a move right now. He's making that high groove work just like he hoped it would. So it'll be interesting to see how much patience he will have early on, because I think he's got a pretty good race car.
Yeah, Jeff, he continues to follow in the tire tracks of Clint Boyer, now looking on the outside, then to the bottom. Wow, Jeff, are you seeing that? 3 wide there, the corner. Clint Boyer backs out,
Clear.
and Junior makes the pass.
I'm telling you, Steve, this is Bristol, but it's definitely got a different attitude. It's different we've ever seen since the last time I saw it being asphalt was when I saw guys could race like this. It's unbelievable, really, what Bruton Smith, Jeff Bird, and everybody here at Bristol has done in such a short period of time. They have taken, I think, really the greatest Coliseum, the last great Coliseum in the world, and made it one of the best places to watch a race ever. I never thought I could say that, but right now this is fantastic.
And Jeff, I'm watching right now, Junior's to the bottom side of Kyle Busch. But Kyle Busch, let's not forget, won here in the spring, the debut for the car tomorrow. Junior trying to complete the pass, and he's doing it on the bottom.
Clear.
To me, that's what's so important, is that he's got this race car where he can run high, he can run low, and that's a tribute to the crew as well as Tony Eury Jr. getting to where it needs to be, because you already pointed out he was not very happy in practice. They had the car too tight, then they had it too loose, but I think this is something that really is a tribute to that man right there, Tony Eury Jr., because he is able to get what Dale Jr. wants to make it where he can run the bottom or the top, and that's what you need tonight.
Jeff, what's impressed me, too, about this race team, when Dale Earnhardt Jr. said that he was going to go to Hendrick Motorsports, it might have been human nature for either side not to give 100%, but on both sides, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and this race team,
outside by a fender, Jim.
they have not let down at all.
No, they definitely haven't, but I want to tell you something that we can't overlook. What's his last name? Earnhardt. There's no quit in any Earnhardt I've ever met, and especially his father, and I guarantee you right now, that apple didn't fall very far from the tree.
But Jeff, right now, he's taking the measure of Ward Burton in the 4 car. And again, he's taking care of business from the middle to the bottom.
Steve, the only thing I'd be worried about
Clear.
is how much is he using up the right front trying to do this. You got to be concerned, because I think tires are not really a factor, but you can use up the right side tires if you get to running too hard. So you need to be smart enough to kind of lay off those tires and save them.
We'll take a break here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. into the 14th position after 20 laps.
Once a year, NASCAR comes to New York to celebrate the season and crown our champion. And we bring about 8,000 horses with us. Thanks, New York City. We'll see you in November.
Let's go!
Yo, oye mamita, no me tomes el pelo. Tú con tanta curva, mira yo sin freno. Wiki, wiki.
What? You told me to bring you a wrap with a little spice.
Yeah.
Wrap, not rap.
Oh.
The wrap you're looking for is the new Chipotle Barbecue Snack Wrap. It's the snack wrap you love, but a little spicier, because it has Chipotle barbecue sauce over juicy and tender chicken breast meat.
Rico.
Having a half-ton with the most legroom and a fancy rear seat is great, but truckers want to know if it's still got some truck left in it. We'll put it this way. If it'll drop bar pull 6,400 pounds of dead weight, towing 10,100 pounds is a walk in the park. Hello, Dolly. Available on the all-new Tundra Crew Max, the truck that's changing it all.
Yeah, give me some of that Bristol, Thunder Valley. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the move. Went by Dave Blaney, now has Jeff Gordon, Big Daddy, in his sights. Jr. posted in the 13th position. Steve Burns, Jeff Hammond down in the pits. Riding shotgun with Dale Earnhardt Jr. NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, channel 799. Hey, Jeff Hammond, one of the things I'm kind of surprised about, I know Dale Earnhardt Jr. is busy in that race car as he looks underneath Jeff Gordon, but he really hasn't said much tonight.
Steve, I hate to tell you this, that's a great sign, my friend. If he's not complaining and going to the front, hey, I hope I don't hear a word from him until the end of the race when he said, hey guys, let's go to victory lane, because right now he's making his way to the front and he's doing it without any kind of complaining. You can see pretty easily he's on the high side right now, trying to get around Kevin Harvick. A little while earlier, he made some passes on the low side. So this car is working all the way across the top of the bottom, and that's exactly what Tony Ewing Jr. and the rest of this team right now, I think, is so excited about. Every now and then, they look at each other, and a little grin will kind of come across their faces because they know their man is doing exactly what they hoped would happen, making his way toward the front.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Junior has gone from 17th to 8th in just 30 laps. Network coverage in your upper right. On board. Roof camera actually in the bottom and upper left, our ISO cam as you watch Dale Earnhardt Jr. battle Jeff Burton.
Clear high.
Hey, don't forget, NASCAR Hotpass is interactive. Just press the red button on your remote control and you can pull up a full list of interactive features. You can listen to the ESPN commentary of the race and pull up a full running order with real-time stats. These interactive features are all available on every Hotpass channel, so give it a try. So easy, even I can do it at home. Welcome to our new viewers joining us here on channel 79 or 799. Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond on the high banks with Dale Earnhardt Jr., who has worked his way in the 11th position after just 35 laps.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, man.
One thing I'm noticing down here, and I want to make sure everybody understands, now the leader, the 9 car, is kind of caught up with lap traffic. Things may get a little bit dicey because a lot of these guys are kind of like in a wad, and you don't normally see that in a place like Bristol. So things may start happening really quick, and even though we're only like 7 seconds behind the leader, if we're not on our toes, we can get caught up in somebody else's mistake.
Yeah, traffic is always a factor here, Jeff. And
one car length back to the 29, he runs the bottom in both ends.
See Tony Ewing Jr. keeping an eye on his driver. Talking about that traffic. Right now we have 35 drivers on the lead lap, so already lapping or overtaking cars starting here on this half mile. Caution free so far. You see Junior side by side, he gets a little bit of an edge on Jeff Burton. Now slides up alongside Jamie McMurray. And Jeff, again, I'm surprised. Junior even said he wanted to get to that high side, but right now he's running the middle to low groove.
But Steve, let's point it out. He said that's where he'd like to run, but if everybody else is going to go up there and kind of, slow down, he can make that bottom work. It doesn't matter, but that's one of the byproducts of this 24 to 30 degree banking, this progressive banking about Bristol right now, is it gives you an opportunity to run side by side. We've never seen this happen. Never seen it happen in Bristol like it is right now. Junior on the bottom, the 26 on the top, and being able to hold that line. Normally the guy on the top would have to yield. He could not get into gas. He'd be sliding up the wall. Right now, this is so wonderful. But you talk about Dale Jr.'s situation, I really believe, Steve, he'll get in the front. He'll make that top group work when it comes time.
And Jeff, isn't it also a function of this new configuration, the progressive banking, that he's actually finding a groove where that car wants to go?
That's right, Steve. One of the key things about being a good race car driver is having the sense, the feel to give the race car its head. I mean, the adjustment that were made prior to this race today, it may make it to where this car likes the bottom group early on, but by the time we get halfway, the race may change, the track may change completely, and he may have to stay at the top. He may not be able to get the car to work back at the bottom. So it'll be interesting to watch how this race progresses, how the chassis adjustment that Tony Ewers Jr. will make, how it will keep this car either working the bottom or working the top.
So Dale Earnhardt Jr. finding the fast way around this racetrack. And Jeff, another point I think is these guys, since we've been here in Thunder Valley, they have not run this time of day.
No, Steve, you're right about that, but it'll be interesting to see how this kind of goes as we go a little bit later in the evening.
Back to Bristol Motor Speedway, Dale Earnhardt Jr. rides ninth.
Don't give me that.
What, did your wife wolf it down for breakfast? That came out wrong. Look, look at me. I mean, we probably wait a...
The network you can trust, AT&T. Buy any phone and get up to 4 free.
This is Bill. He works for Ford, and he's wrecked more cars than Hollywood.
You ought to see my insurance rates.
I'll take care of the jokes, Bill. Did the Ford F-150 get a 5-star crash rating?
Yep, 5 stars for both driver and front passenger.
What about the other guys?
Some of the others didn't do as well.
Ooh. So I guess sometimes it's better to play it safe?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Take the Ford Challenge. Find out why the F-150 is the best choice.
Carl Edwards of Team Dish All-Stars wins again.
Look at the excitement down on the track. Carl's flipping over the great value he gets from Dish Network.
That's right, Jerry. Team Dish All-Stars can't stop celebrating all digital TV for less.
Announcing America's Top 100 from Dish Network. You get over 100 all-digital channels for just $29.99 a month, plus a free DVR or HD DVR upgrade. Call today and get HBO and Cinemax free for 3 months. All digital TV worth celebrating. America's Top 100 from Dish Network. It's about time.
There's a new policy in NASCAR. You break it, you fix it.
So driving for the Home Depot, naturally, I like to help. Hey, Denny, fix that fence with 6-gauge galvanized chain link. 6-gauge what? 2 gallons of Cascade White for that wall, Bobby. Exterior enamel. I gotta paint this? Tony! Fill those tracks in with topsoil, man. Good work, guys. Who's planting the Bermuda grass this time? Woo!
Every lap, every driver, all on your computer. The all-new Track Pass Race View, only on NASCAR.com. It's crunch time. Go to NASCAR.com to watch live Nextel Cup racing from Bristol.
I'm Steve Bunin with the SportsCenter 30 at 30 update. The Atlanta Falcons have decided they will go after Michael Vick's $22 million signing bonus, as he is in violation of his contract as a suspended player in the NFL. Heroics at the Little League World Series, a walk-off grand slam to send Japan to the championship over Curacao. They will play the American representatives from Georgia, who advanced, defeating Texas. The game tomorrow on ABC. Next SportsCenter, 11:30 Eastern.
NASCAR Hot Pass on DirecTV, channel 799. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is already into the 7th position. He started 17th, 57 laps, 58 laps now on the board. And let's talk about the other drivers, our Hot Pass Hot Shots. You just saw Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin, and our guy, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jr. negotiating the bottom of the racetrack, gets by Jeremy Mayfield. Mayfield is a lap down.
Clear.
The Red Bull car of A.J. Allmendinger, the 84 you see behind, he's also a lap down. Earnhardt Jr. right behind David Reagan in the 6th. That is a battle for position. Reagan started 4th, slid back a little bit, and Jr. is underneath of him. And Jeff, it looks like even running the middle to the bottom,
still out there.
It looks like that car is rotating, turning very well through the corners.
Steve, it really does. He's able to roll in there, and more importantly, when he gets right in the center, he's able to gas it up, and the car keeps rotating, and he gets a really good forward bite off the turns. That's one of the keys to always being able to win here at a place like Bristol. I remember working with Darrell Waltrip. That was the one thing we used to focus on. And as you know, the record that Darrell had here, he knew how important forward bite is, and it looks like there's one thing that hasn't changed about Bristol. You've got to have good forward bite to be able to drive away from a guy. And right now, the 8 car's definitely got it.
Well, Darrell Waltrip was so good here, he's got an entire grandstand with his mugshot on it. 12 wins for DW here at Bristol, including 7 in a row. Junior into the 6th position. Next driver in his sights will be Juan Pablo Montoya in the 42 car.
Clear by 6, Dale Jr.
Junior listed 2 seconds behind the leader, Carl Edwards.
Just keep doing that, buddy. Just keep doing that.
And there's Montoya, and Junior's got a beat on him. There you see he's picked up 0.8 of a second to the leader, Carl Edwards. And as Jeff Hammond said, that car is hooked up. Jeff, you know, everybody talks about this track, known for aggressive driving, beating and banging, but we made the point yesterday during our broadcast that really these cars have more horsepower than they need, so it requires some finesse with that gas pedal.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's one thing I've been noticing about Dale Jr. If you watch the way he's been kind of catching these guys, it's almost like as he's gaining on them, he's sizing them up. He's trying to see where he may need to try to set them up to make the pass. And so far, he's made it look so effortlessly without putting a bumper to anybody or even really putting a donut on it. The car is just really working flawlessly. I mean, look at it. It's 68 laps in this race. And guess what? We're running 5th. So this car is definitely on the rail. He's doing everything he wants it to do. But I'm just really impressed the way Junior's been able to watch these guys as he runs them down, size them up, and then catch them at the right point to be able to make the pass.
Well, Jeff, the next driver he's going to get by or try to get by is Jeff Gordon.
Is for the kids, for the pets. It's for story time, for the great outdoors, and the chance of a lifetime. This is for all the little reasons that are bigger than NASCAR. It's why we created the NASCAR Foundation, and you can help support the causes that mean the most to all of us by becoming a friend of the foundation.
Get involved. Show your compassion as part of the NASCAR family. Visit NASCAR.com to learn how.
Become a friend of the foundation for all the right reasons.
The DirecTV Concert Series presents 2 of pop music's hottest live acts. Gwen Stefani hollers back live from Anaheim, California. And the Black Eyed Peas pump it up down under. Gwen Stefani and the Black Eyed Peas get it started. All this month on the 101, only on DirecTV.
I'm Earnhardt Jr., and you're riding shotgun with me all race long, right here on NASCAR Hotpass.
All across America, they're getting ready. It's the Captain Morgan Ultimate Pose-Off. Enter, and you can win an ultimate high roller weekend in Vegas. Go to CaptainMorgan.com to enter.
Drink responsibly. You know, taking risks is part of racing. But when it comes to running my business, I never risk it, and neither should you. Rely on Office Depot for everything from office supplies to office furniture to the latest technology like laptops and software. Everything your business needs. So race into Office Depot today. Whoa. That would have been bad.
Office Depot, proud sponsor of NASCAR, Carl Edwards, and the number 99 Roush Fenway Racing Team.
Folks, I'm going to tell you something. Dale Earnhardt Jr., you see him in the upper left on the outside of Ryan Newman, is as hooked up as I have seen anybody. He's gone from 17th to 3rd. Dale Earnhardt Jr. looking at Ryan Newman.
Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond have been carrying the Dale Earnhardt Jr. shotgun tune tonight. What about it, guys? Steve, you've gone by us. Boy, we were so happy there for a moment, and all of a sudden, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been shot out of a cannon, Steve.
Randy, he is so hooked up right now. I don't know if I've seen a driver here at Bristol in a long time get in a car that is responding as well as this has. I mean, Randy, he's gone from 17th to 3rd. He wants to get by Ryan Newman now for 2nd. He hasn't said a lot, Randy.
Jeff said when he went by him, the 8 car is amazing.
Randy, it's unbelievable, and I'm not giving a hyperbole here. He's just absolutely on a rail. Hey, let's check in now with Hermie Sadler down in the 24 pits.
Well, thank you, Steve. And I want to talk to Jeff Hammond, who's on pit road for Dale Earnhardt Jr., and get a crew chief tip from him. Jeff Gordon started the race a little bit free off. Jeff Hammond then said the call came to him, and Jeff Gordon seemed genuinely surprised that Dale Earnhardt Jr. was able to come up there and drive by him, which means the 8 car, Jeff Hammond, must be perfect. Tell me about it.
Hermie, right now, all I can tell you is when I talked to Junior early on, he was expecting to go to the high line. The high line has been blocked. You take a look, he's trying to get by the 12 car right now. He's working the low line. And the key thing is, Hermie, you've been here. You understand this principle. You've got to have the forward bite, and the car's got to rotate when you pick the throttle up. It's all got to work together. And right now, that's the key thing on this 8 car. He's able to get in, let the car rotate, but when he mashes the gas, the car's getting enough forward bite to get that launch, and he's able to get runs on guys. Now, right now, we're having a little bit of trouble with Ryan Newman, but that's the key, is the low line with the forward bite is really working for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Well, that's right, Jeff, and it looks like that's what Dale Earnhardt's got. And what Jeff Gordon needs to get better at is find that fine line to get your car to turn and still have that forward bite. We'll revisit with you guys later on tonight after we dial this 24 car in. Randy, we'll be back and talk to these guys later when we turn around and return the favor and pass them back on the racetrack.
All right, thank you, Steve. And Jeff will be checking in with you later on as we come up and knock on your door a little bit. We're coming that way.
Hey, Jeff Hammond, what I've noticed the last 4 or 5 laps,
There you go, you're clear.
Junior kept looking at the bottom, but the last 4, 5, 6 laps, I think now he might be giving that race car a little bit of a rest. He's been looking on the high side.
Yes, Steve, remember I told you, you got to watch out. Running that bottom can be a little bit hard on that right side tires, right front and right rear. And right now, it looks like that's what, Ryan Newman has kind of started blocking him a little bit, taking a little bit of his line away from him.
Yep.
So he started fading the outside, trying to see if he can make that work. So I think he's got to be patient just a lap or 2 more and see if he can get, let Paul Menard get out of the way and try to reset up Ryan. Ryan's really giving him a fit right now.
Well, and Jeff, you're right. Paul Menard is a lap down, and right now he is hurting Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s opportunity to pass Ryan Newman. But by the same token, Menard's got to run his race.
Yeah, you just can't pull over and get out of everybody's way totally. So it's really interesting to see how it's going to play out. So patience is going to come into play a little bit here now.
Seems like Dale Earnhardt Jr. content just to ride behind Ryan Newman for the time being. Paul Menard, that neon yellow number 15, is in fact a lap down. Dale Jr.'s teammate at DEI, in fact. Have not heard Dale Earnhardt Jr. utter a single word since we talked to him on the parade laps. Casey Kane continues to lead this race. He started from the pole position in his Dodge. He's followed by Ryan Newman, Dale Earnhardt Jr. here on Channel 799, Jeff Gordon, and Carl Edwards. Junior's teammate, Martin Truex Jr., he's inside the top 12 now. He rides in the 6th position. Jr. having a great time for the Bristol Motor Speedway. Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond will be right back.
Diagnostic check for me?
No problem, Mr. Gordon.
Transmission?
Check.
Emissions?
Check.
Airbag system?
Check.
Car wash?
2 blocks up on your left-hand side.
Nice.
GM OnStar, how can I help you, Mrs. Johnson?
Looks like we need directions to the nearest movie theater.
Sending turn-by-turn directions now.
You don't have to be a star to get the OnStar treatment.
OnStar, active.
Available on 16 Chevy models.
Ode to the Subway Club. Roast beef, ham, turkey. A big meaty sub is plotting a course through hungry seas, and your appetite just showed up on sonar. Boom. Subway. Eat fresh.
A method doctors use to remove warts at the office is also available at home. Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away Wart Remover. Just press and freeze. It works fast in as little as 1 treatment.
See, that was easy.
Remove warts fast with Freeze Away from Dr. Scholl's.
You know, FedEx really helped us with our overnight shipping, even heavy stuff. Now I've added FedEx Ground for everyday shipping.
FedEx is saving us a ton of time. So why aren't we getting more done?
Maybe we should get rid of the half pipe.
No, the half pipe stays.
Gotta keep the half pipe.
FedEx Ground. Fast, reliable, and for less than you think.
I'm comfortable going fast. I'm comfortable in Wrangler.
Introducing Relaxed Straight Leg and Relaxed Boot Fit from Wrangler Jeans Company. Wrangler Jeans Company. New fits, new styles, great comfort.
Hi, I'm Earnhardt Jr. Test drive a pair of Wrangler jeans and you could win your own test drive around the racetrack with me. But I'm doing the driving. Go to Wrangler.com to find out how to enter. Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler.
Prepare for a NASCAR experience like never before. Every lap, every driver, all on your computer. Now you're in control. Who will you listen to?
All clear. Nice job, buddy.
Who will you follow? What view will you choose? The all-new Track Pass Race View. Available now only at the new NASCAR.com. It's crunch time. Go to NASCAR.com to watch live Nextel Cup racing from Bristol.
Outside.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has lost a position to Jeff Gordon, but as Gnarls Barkley would say, that's crazy. Running in the 4th position, Steve Burns, Jeff Hammond with you here on Channel 799, NASCAR Hot Pass on DirecTV. Although Jeff Gordon got by Jr., still have not heard Dale say anything over the radio to his crew chief, Tony Eury Jr. And Jeff Hammond, my question for you, are you surprised we're through 106, 107 laps? It's been caution-free. Does that surprise you?
It does because we're here at Bristol, but it doesn't because of the new configuration, Steve. The guys are not playing follow the leader. To make a pass, you got to knock it
About
down.
30 laps to a pit stop, clear by 1 to the 1.
You hear him right there, Steve Milton, letting him know about what to expect as far as the first time they'll come in and make a pit stop. Then it'll come time for this crew to kind of do their job. Which you talked about the fact that Dale Jr. got passed by the 24 car. He's showing me that the car's pretty good, maybe starting to give up a little bit, but when he got kind of boxed in, he didn't force the issue because he knew that Jeff Gordon wasn't going to run away and hide. So now's the time to kind of like pull your jets, save your car, keep in touch with the leaders.
Inside.
And Jeff, we just heard the team say
Roll behind the 1.
30 laps to a pit stop. Junior driving alongside his teammate Martin Truex Jr. in the 1 car. Truex Jr. got his first Nextel Cup win earlier this season at Dover. Junior surprisingly winless here in 2007. Finished 2nd at Pocono.
But Steve, I just saw something when he went to the top side. He made a pretty strong run back up on the 1 car. So maybe be watching for Junior once again and maybe try that high side. But they're getting into some pretty good lap traffic, so they got to kind of like be careful.
Yeah, Jeff, closing in on pit stops, upper left-hand portion of your screen, the view from Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s roof cam off of his Chevrolet. Ahead of him, That's Ward Burton. He's a lap down. 31 cars on the lead lap.
And Steve, I think we need to set up something here too. This is one of the very few places, if not the only place that we run a split pit road. So if we're getting ready to make green flag pit stops, we got to be on our toes, because when you're making green flag pit stops, you don't have to drop down early and go all the way around to get to the pit. You come straight in. So this is going to be something that Tony Eury Jr. will have to remind Dale Jr. about. And then when we go to caution flags, you do it completely different. So it's very important that everybody understands this is the only place you have to be on your toes when it comes to green flag stops versus caution flags.
Jeff, describe to the viewers where Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s pit stall actually is and who is around him.
Well, we're actually on the back straightaway. We're right in between the 40 car of David Strimmy and the 96 car of Tony Raines, and we're about, just almost to the half of the back straightaway. So when you get ready to make a pit stop, you got to let everybody know, and it dropped down probably about as you go into turn one and come off the apron, coming down the back straightaway.
Still up there, Jim. Still up there.
So, hey, you got to be careful, because the bottom of the apron will probably be a little bit on the gritty side.
Yeah.
You could spin out. So watch for Tony Eury Jr. and Steve Neal to remind him of all of this if they do a green flag stop.
Clear. Still here, Tony Jr.?
Yes, sir.
You just heard Steve Neal talking to the crew chief, Tony Eury Jr., and as Jeff Hammond said, they're probably going to discuss when they're going to stop, who they might stop with. You see the crew warming up. Let's talk about the guys over the wall. DJ Kopp is the front tire changer. Greg Burkhart
Clear.
is the rear tire changer. Brian Chase, the jack man. You heard Jeff Hammond talk to Jeff Clark, the gas man. The tire carriers, Sean Ward on the front, Eric Wakeland in the back. Catch can man is Craig Lund.
Steve, one other thing too we want to talk about, this group of guys that are getting ready to make this pit stop. This is something also that's a little unique about Bristol this time. The pit stalls are concrete. They used to be asphalt. We saw a week ago on a green flag situation where Dale Jr. came in a little hot, overshot the pits, and it really hurt him a lot. So this is another one of the places we can't afford those kind of mistakes. We always like to talk about it during the broadcast. It's so important for these teams not to beat themselves. Coming down pit road speeding, overshooting your pit stops, loose lug nuts are some of the things we got to be concerned about, especially on the first stop.
And Jeff, Dale Earnhardt Jr. took complete responsibility for that mistake. He said that he just lost sight of where his pit were. Now you see in the upper right-hand portion of your screen, Dave Blaney onto pit road. So green flag stops beginning. We are caution-free through 125 laps.
Steve, I want to add one other thing as we watch these green flag stops start. You would like to, if at all possible, force all those guys that are in front of you, including the leader, Casey Kane, to pit road before you come down. We got a trouble over, I think, off of turn 2.
All right, let's see if the caution comes out.
A slow car against the wall. Move it back, stretch, June. Yellow's out. Yellow's
Caution
out.
is out. You see the 70 car, that's Johnny Sauter. Slows, so caution number 1 out on lap 125.
Can't say much about the balance. Pretty neutral. Okay, 10-4. We were 5 laps from pits, so that's probably the worst the 4 we might would get. So we won't make any changes. Let's just put the tires on, see what we got.
Jeff, we heard Tony Eury Jr. describing that race car. 125 laps on the tire. He said that's the worst the forward bite would get, so good timing for this pit stop.
You're right, Steve. That's about the best thing you can have hope for right now. And I was just saying, that's the reason why you don't want to pit too soon. Now the 22 car, for example, he's in big, deep trouble because he's going to be several laps down. We get the benefit of having the caution flag. We're up there close enough to the front. We should be able to get 4 tires without any problem. We've already heard Tony Eury Jr. say no changes. We're going to take a look at the tires.
Slow car on the bottom up here, Dale Jr. Pit road is open. Pit road is open. You won't get to the slow car.
So, now it's up to the guys on pit road to get the job done.
4,000, 4,000.
All right, Jeff, they're heading your way. I'm going to let you call this. Junior gets the brakes on, and he is
Tony Jr.
headed to his pit stall.
5 away. Look left right here. Come on, bud. Right here. Right here. Come on, come on. Right there.
All right, he comes in. He's right quick. He hits the sign just like he needs to. The car is up. Brian Chase and Jackman doing a really good job there. He'll wait till everybody gets up. DJ Cobb gets done with the right front, around to the left side. And as we said, we're not going to make any kind of changes. So the main thing
go
is
hard.
make
Go,
sure
go,
you're
go.
very, very smooth.
They're behind the 43 right here.
He just got cleared out by Tony Uri Jr. here, getting ready to get cleared out. And there he goes. Got to be careful. Don't get caught speeding. This is one of the things you got to watch for, Steve, is this pit road now is so long. You got to be careful all the way around through 3 and 4, back out on the front straightaway, or you get caught with a speeding penalty.
Jeff, one thing I noticed watching all the different camera angles, that was not a spectacular pit stop, but it was a good, clean stop, and that's what they needed.
Yeah, on my clock, they did almost like a 14:25. And like I say, we know they can do faster, but on the first one, you just don't want to make any mistakes. And that's one thing about this crew. They've been priding themselves, and Jeff Clark told me this, they've been trying to make sure everybody stays focused, not to make any mistakes. Let's don't beat anybody on pit road, because we beat ourselves. So let's make sure we stay focused. Just looking at the tires as they came off the car, Steve, really impressed. I think Tony Gibson, the car chief, looking them over, nodded up at Tony Uri Jr. I believe they're pretty happy with this race car.
Hey, Jeff, I know it's loud down there. I work the pits for NASCAR on Fox, and you're down there in the Hollywood Hotel. But I got to tell you, Larry McReynolds, is on channel 798 with Denny Hamlin. He's yelling. I got to get my man to calm down.
Put a restrictor plate on him. Even though it's short track racing, restrictor plate.
I'm on it.
Where?
Casey!
There he is. There he is.
Even the best drivers could use accident forgiveness. Part of your choice auto insurance. Only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Hey, is there anything we could do to help? Anything.
Hello. I'm Alex Keith, president of Old Spice Marketing. To promote the new Old Spice Collectors series, we pioneered a unique media opportunity. Tony Stewart's armpits.
I think it's really good. This is the same car that you wanted.
Vinca vino, calda da testa, una gran testa fa memorar. Dentro in piazza qualche ragazza, vengo con quella, cerca menar. Vengo con quella, cerca menar, cerca menar.
The Trio refrigerator from Kenmore has a place for everything, even berries. So now everything's easy to find. Kenmore, it's that simple.
Poker's brightest stars and biggest dreamers walk the line between skill and luck. The World Series of Poker main event, Tuesdays at 8 on ESPN.
Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
Introducing an automotive breakthrough, ZNet, only at AutoZone. Now AutoZoners have the power to find you the right part faster with diagrams, photos, and instructions, so you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. ZNet, only at AutoZone.
In 26 laps, we finally had our first caution. Our man started 43rd. Now he has moved up to the 6th position. Let's bring in the 8 crew of Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond.
Larry Mack, how's it going over there? Actually, I don't have to ask you. I can hear you over here.
You know, Steve, we're at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's
right.
Saturday night under the lights. You know I'm up on the chip. I'm excited.
Good energy, Larry Mack. I like it. I like it.
You know what I like? Look what's behind your 8 car, buddy. That black 11 car, Denny Hamlin.
Hey, Junior's hooked up. Larry, his tires went away there. This caution came at a perfect time. They were about 5 laps away from pitting.
And we were about 8 to 9 laps, Steve. The thing that has me concerned a little bit about our man, he was really good on the long run, but it took about 20 or 25 laps for him to really, for the tires to come in. I don't know if he's good on the short run. They did make just slight air pressure adjustments.
Well, Larry, Dale Earnhardt Jr. about the opposite. He came from 17th to 5th at about, I think I look at my notes, in about 25 laps.
All right, Steve, we're going green. We will see you as we drive by you here shortly.
Tighten your belts, Big Daddy. Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond trash talking from the broadcast booth. That's unheard of. Very controversial, Larry McReynolds. Green flag.
Low.
You hear Steve Meal, the spotter, say clear low, but there's traffic down there right now. A.J. Allmendinger in the 84 is 3 laps down.
Clear.
And Junior right behind the 12 car of Ryan Newman. That is a battle for the 4th position. No adjustments on that last pit stop, just 4 tires. Junior looks to the bottom. Can't make it work, but you can tell Jeff Hammond, he feels like he's got a better race car.
Steve, I don't doubt that. I think he's got position on him right now. But this is what's impressing me so much about Dale Jr. He knows you've got to get aggressive in Bristol, but he's being patient at the same time. And I think it's a great combination. I think we got a great race car, and I don't care what Larry Mack says. You know, it's a long ways to the end of this race, but I like our position right now because we're in front of him.
I don't see the 11 car, Jeff. I don't see Denny Hamlin. Hey, NASCAR Hotpass viewers can email us questions to hotpass@directtv.com. We'll answer them during today's broadcast. Be sure to include your name and hometown so we can give you a shout out. By the way, speaking of shout out, in case you guys are wondering at home, when Jeff Hammond was interviewing Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the pre-race, you saw the blue and black hat Jr. was wearing with the white M. That is Mooresville High School, of which Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a proud alumnus, the Mooresville Blue Devils. And he supports them to this day. And we throw it out, and the email has already started pouring in. Junior has gotten by Ryan Newman. As I said, our email question, first one we'll get to, and I'm going to ask our crew chief, Jeff Hammond. It comes from Bob Kirchner, and he's from Iowa, Urbandale, Iowa to be exact. And Jeff, Bob Kirchner wants to know if a driver, in our case, Dale Earnhardt Jr., says a car is tight or loose, what adjustments can the crew make to help both of those conditions here at Bristol?
Well, Steve, what you do, you try to address the most important one, where you think the driver needs the most help. And that, in this case right now, Dale Jr. said the car was, basically neutral. They elected not to make any changes. But if the car's been a little bit too tight getting in of the corner, that's the one they would address first. Make the car get in the turn, and then let him work with it getting off. So you really try to listen to what the driver's telling you. But a lot of times when the driver's telling you something that's still moving through traffic, well, the main thing is he's just giving you information for when you do make that pit stop to try to make your car better. If he's still got a little bit, little gremlins in it, it doesn't make it mean it's bad, but it does mean you need to do a little bit more work to make it perfect.
And Jeff, if the car hypothetically was loose, what would Tony Eury Jr., what would he reach into his bag of tricks to do?
You'd like to be able to make an air pressure adjustment because that usually does not bother the crew. That's the most easy thing you can do. In this case, if he's a little bit loose coming off, he would probably, if he's good getting in, put just a little bit of air pressure, maybe a quarter pound, maybe a half a pound, and the left rear to get a little bit more forward bite off the turns. That's what I'd be focused in on.
The old forward bite trick. NASCAR Hot Pass on DirecTV continues after this.
This wobbly table is driving me mad.
Good afternoon. I've got a great business plan to make next year even more profitable.
It's a small business owner.
He probably wants a loan, but I've got a better idea.
What about my business plan?
That's it. Perfect. He is good for something after all.
Does your bank think small about your small business? Call Capital One instead for no-hassle business loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. Check your mailbox.
Hello, Capital One.
I want a loan, I want a loan.
What's in your wallet?
When you want to buy great products at the lowest prices you've ever seen, just turn to your computer. Satisfaction guaranteed. Everyday low prices and free shipping, and Google checkout is preferred. The next time you're gonna shop online, just remember these keywords. Buy.com, oh yeah, Buy.com.
Some backyards were made for barbecues. Mine was made for speed. Lowe's Motor Speedway. It's my backyard. Uh-oh, the beast is back.
NASCAR's best and the Beast return for the Bank of America 500 October 13th at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Get your tickets now for the only Saturday night race in the chase, and no car is safe.
It's always something in Charlotte.
Lettuce, cheese, juicy all-white meat chicken, and a flour tortilla. Wrapped up with tangy Chipotle barbecue sauce. That's a snack you'll get a kick out of. That's what we're made of.
Truck guys will tell you, taking off from a dead stop with 10,000 pounds ain't no picnic. So this half-ton's got massive torque, 6-speed tranny with tow haul mode, and 4 oversized disc brakes. Because stopping 10,000 pounds ain't no picnic either. Available on the full-size Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
We need more customers. So, what? Advertise?
Ask the ad guru. Yellowbook.com. Customers know what they want, not always where to find it.
Excellent. Yellow Book.
Business is off the charts. Wherever you look, Yellow Book.
Back at the Bristol Motor Speedway, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 4th position. Trying to track down Bobby Labonte. You see Ryan Newman behind him. Casey Kane is the leader. Just one caution flag tonight that came out on lap 125 when Johnny Sauter slowed. Sauter, the only driver off the racetrack. Johnny Andretti 28 laps down in the 49 car. 27 drivers on the lead lap. Hey NASCAR fans, the second half of the season underway with 12 races remaining, including the dramatic chase to determine the Nextel Cup champion. With NASCAR Hot Pass, no better way to follow all of the racing action as NASCAR crowns that champ. Don't miss the exciting conclusion of this season. Sign up now and ride shotgun on NASCAR Hot Pass. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS today or visit us at directtv.com/hotpass to order NASCAR Hot Pass on DirecTV. See Dale Earnhardt Jr. drawing a bead on Bobby Labonte. Labonte driving for Petty Enterprises. Also want to remind you to stay tuned after the checkered flag for the Old Spice post-race show on channel 795 through 799. only on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV. Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond, thrilled to be with you here from the world's fastest half-mile speedway. Just 3 races remaining for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to try and get a spot. Top 12 drivers advance for the championship battle after we go to Richmond, Virginia. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. has closed the gap on Bobby Labonte. And Jeff, he's alongside.
And right now, we've been talking about him very patiently, working this traffic. He's got position on that 43 car. And again, I'm still kind of surprised he's making that lower groove work like he is. But hey, whatever it takes to get your way to the front.
Outside.
Just working this 43 over. You see Bobby kind of pitching down just a little bit. But I think here in a minute, if everything keeps working like it should, but he's got to be careful. Right now, he's got trouble on the outside with that 12 car.
And Jeff, the 12 car got by him. Now Junior looks to the high side. Jeff Jr.'s working, trying to negotiate a lot of traffic now. You got lap cars in the mix. You see Jeremy Mayfield in the 36 to the bottom. Ryan Newman on the high side.
And Steve, it's not like it used to be at Bristol where you got to fight for every position. Because if you can pass somebody and they can pass you back, you know, that's okay. So you got to exercise a little bit of patience, realizing we still got a long ways to go. We're not even halfway in this race. And you're talking about lap traffic. That can also influence the way Tony Eury Jr. calls this race as it progresses. As we get guys laps down, that influences what you do and how you call this race.
Hey, Jeff, we've got a great email question here. It comes from Tony from Hawthorne, California. And he says, why did the Bristol Motor Speedway folks decide to change the banking? And I think, Jeff, you've already answered that indirectly, because it had become a one-groove racetrack, and if a driver wanted to make a pass, he basically had to hit the guy in front of him and move him out of the way.
You're dead on it right there, Steve. If you look at the screen, it pretty much summarizes, I think, why Bristol did what they did. We've got some great side-by-side racing, not basically follow the leader, you know, knock them out of the way bumper cars. You're still going to have some pushing and shoving, but these guys are trained professionals. They're the best of the best, and they really like to do what we're doing right now. Be able to race a guy, sit him up, get under him, get outside of him, you know, working but not wrecking. And that's what's important right now. I think we're seeing some great racing, but I can promise you, as we get closer to the end, things are going to pick up, and there'll be some beating and banging before the night's all said and done.
Yeah, I agree, Jeff. I think you're right. Hey, Jeff, I also want to point out, Kurt Busch is the guy that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is trying to catch. Right now, he's in the 7th position. Junior rides 5th.
And you got two different philosophies going on here. Dale Jr. knows he needs to lead laps and win this race and score the most. But right now, the 2 car is basically stalking.
Back to Bristol Motor Speedway after this.
Boosters. Yeah, a plutonium.
Or a time machine.
Guys, I think it has something to do with rapid release.
It's rapid release, Elliot.
Oh. Come on, guys. We've got to figure out Team Tylenol's secret.
Let's have our fans help us out with this.
Join the Underground Alliance and start your investigation today at StopTeamTylenol.com. You could win a trip to Daytona.
Behold the wonder of it. Its wide mouth allowing it to flow cold and unrestrained all that is parched. It is awe-inspiring, is it not? You really love this river.
River? No. I'm talking about this Coors Light wide mouth can.
The Wide Mouth Can, a wide opening for wide open refreshment, only from Frost Brewed Coors Light.
People will travel great distances to enjoy this. You can get these wide mouth cans anywhere. Talking about the river.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Single again. Will I still look eligible with gray hair? Is that all people will see? How do you make a clean break?
Just for Men stops gray from hiding who you are. Easy, with 5-minute Target Gray technology.
Dating again is easier than I thought. And you wonder, why did I ever put up with gray hair?
Let the real you come through. Stay in the game with Just for Men.
New, smooth, long-lasting Extra Supermint. Long-lasting.
How many men you killed? How many families you destroyed?
Quite a few. On September 7th, an outlaw captured
The railroad intends put him on the 310 to Yuma and hang him.
a deputy chosen.
I don't like the idea of men like you on the loose.
A race against time.
You ain't gonna make it.
From the director of Walk the Line, Russell Crowe, Christian Bale.
This town's gonna burn!
I'm getting you on that train. 310 to Yuma. Rated R. In theaters September 7th.
I'm through standing in line. The clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be.
Tell me what you want.
I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs and a bath.
Listening to Nickelback with their song Rockstar. Did you know Dale Earnhardt Jr. was in this video? Well, the 160,000 fans, the Junior riding in the 5th position, closing in on Bobby Labonte and Ryan Newman. Yeah, he feels like a rock star. Hammond, I like this song.
Steve, I'm with you, brother. Hey, can I point out something? I hate to be throwing rocks at somebody. What happened to the 11 car?
Oh,
is Larry Mack still hollering?
Guess what, Jeff? He's 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Very controversial by Larry McReynolds, trash talk in the broadcast booth. Yeah, Junior alongside Ryan Newman.
Clear.
Take a look at our race summary. It's been largely a green flag race, just one caution. Only 7 minutes under the yellow flag in the 60 minutes that we've been racing. Upper right hand, ESPN showing the replay from Watkins Glen of Juan Pablo and Kevin Harvick saying, how do you do? And that's because they're running side by side. Montoya in 10th, Harvick 11th.
Clear.
Junior, meanwhile, has gotten by the 12 car of Ryan Newman. Just ahead, Bobby Labonte in the 43, Jeff Gordon in the 24. Right now, Junior is about, he's in fact less than a second behind the leader, Casey Kane. And closing on Bobby Labonte for third. Jeff, meanwhile, Denny Hamlin is 17th.
Let's see. My. You think that we need to remind Mr. McReynolds, you got to talk, you talk, you walk the walk.
I think Larry McReynolds should worry about the 11 car and let us concentrate on the 8.
I roger that there, King Wasani. I like that call, and I like what my man out there in the 8 car is doing right now. Dale Jr. is running a picture-perfect race. I mean, if I had to compare him to somebody, I've seen this kind of stalking, this kind of, I guess you might say, discipline with the guy called Darrell Walters. I mean, Darrell would go out there, measure a guy, put pressure on him, not tear his race car up, get down within about 100 laps, and then cock the hammer and let it go.
And he is alongside Bobby Labonte. That's for position. Jeff Gordon just ahead. And this,
clear.
Jeff Hammond, this is exactly like this race started when Junior went from 17th to 5th. He's good early in these runs.
The But Steve, one of the biggest differences right now is, once again, if the bottom doesn't work, he's able to slide to the top side and get a run on the outside of a guy and make it work. And I think that is exactly what Tony Eury Jr. and the rest of these guys have got to be so happy about. They made no changes during that first pit stop, and at least looking right now, the car is so close, they're going to need to kind of let this racetrack tell them what the car is going to need to make it better. I think the car is very balanced, and they should be able to come up with the right adjustment to make it even better yet.
Jeff, are you surprised, excuse me, are you surprised as Junior faded a little bit late in that run? It might have been easy for Tony Eury Jr. to try to make an adjustment. Are you surprised they didn't?
No, not really. I think that's where experience comes into play, and understanding that, let's let the racetrack dictate to us. We had a pretty good race car, and Junior, as you pointed out many, many times during that first run, he wasn't making any kind of comments. So the car has got to be driver friendly. As long as the driver's happy, leave it alone. When he makes a comment, adjust to the comment.
Good point, Jeff. Dale Earnhardt Jr. battling now with Jamie McMurray. That is not a battle for position. McMurray is a lap down. The next driver that Junior wants to get by is Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. Right now, Junior a second and a half behind the leader, Casey Kane. And I believe Kane has led every single lap, starting from the pole position.
Clear.
Junior able to put Jamie McMurray in his rearview mirror.
And Steve, I think we at least got to bring this point up as Dale Earnhardt Jr. moves up there in that third position. He's ready to put pressure on the 24 car. Is the fact that our leader, Casey Kane, did win the Busch race last night.
Yes,
so
he did.
He probably has a little bit more of an understanding of how the racetrack is going to go, what kind of transitions may come about. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. And if we're going to kind of measure ourselves, I think it's a pretty good guy to be measured off of, but he already knows his way to victory lane.
Yeah, good point by you, Jeff Hammond. Casey Kane did win the Busch race last night. And he continues to lead. We are through 208 of 500, now 209 of 500 laps on the world's fastest half-mile speedway. Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond enjoying the action on this fan favorite of a racetrack. As we said, 160,000 fans from all 50 states and 8 countries in what has become more than a race. It has become an event. Sold out.
Spinning off of 4, Gene. Spinning off of 4. Racetrack should be clear when you get there.
Larry McReynolds' driver, Denny Hamlin, spins, bringing out caution number 2 on lap 210.
Good car, still neutral. Trank's rubbering up just a little bit, but the car is still turning. When I say the trank's rubbering up, it's almost like you're putting a little bit of air in the left rear. Talking a quarter of a pound, something like that.
Jeff Hammond, he says the car's still neutral. That is a good position to be in.
Yeah, I got you. We'll just put 4 tires on. 10-4.
And Steve, you heard the comments as they came back. The car is so close. They're talking about possibly a quarter of a pound adjustment in the left rear to try to keep up with the racetrack as it starts to rubber up. They're starting to get rubber buildup on the concrete. That means it'll get a little bit greasy. And that forward bite, we keep talking about that old dreaded forward bite.
Roger.
Jeff, it looks like Denny Hamlin lost a motor. A lot of smoke from that 11 car.
And Steve, that kind of surprises me. You don't normally see an engine issue come into play at a place like Bristol. Even though we turn a lot of RPMs, this is not normally a place that you would expect to have engine problems, but you can clearly see there was a lot of fire underneath the hood, a lot of smoke inside that car when he had to get out. So.
Jeff, could that be, rather than an engine problem, could it be an oil line, or what is your speculation on that?
Seeing that kind of fire.
Yeah, I still like the car, but I turned it a little bit better. The back was sliding a little bit more on the last run, which was kind of helping me. But I didn't lose the forward bite at the end. Right there, I still had the forward bite. Here we come. 4 tires, guys.
Jeff, no adjustments. Junior right behind Jeff Gordon, headed your way.
10 away right there. 5 was left right here. Come on. Right here, nice move. Got clear pit out.
Sure
Right
they
there,
don't make any
bud.
kind of problems. Once again, DJ Cobb goes to work on that right front. Jeff Clark's getting the tank refueled. Main thing is making sure that Dale Jr. doesn't have any issues getting out. That's going to wind up being Tony Urie's responsibility. A really tight pit road. You don't want to get hit from behind. So as
Go
he
hard.
pull
Got
out,
2 outside. You're clear. One lane right there.
Hey, Jeff.
As he clears him out right there, he's got to be careful not to get caught speeding either.
Jeff, great job by Tony Urie Jr. to clear him on pit road there. He told him he had a clear shot out. Then he told him how many lanes he could move out once he exited pit road.
Truck there.
So good job, great job by Tony Urie Jr.
And that's so important. I mean, everybody has got to do their jobs, including that crew chief, spotter Steve Mill. Once they clear out of the pit road, pit boxes, he's got to take over. But, for Tony Urie Jr., he's got to be watching all of these guys to make sure they don't have any problems and be able to tell Junior
job,
not to go. So, there again, everybody's doing their job. They're pretty well pumped up down here, being solid, at least early on, as we get ready to get close to halfway in this race.
Yeah, good work. Seems like everybody's a little faster on pit road speed-wise. I'm running about 43. I'm still getting beat.
Now, to me, Steve, that was a pretty interesting comment by Dale Earnhardt Jr. He feels like a lot of the guys around him.
If you can help me there, I'd appreciate it. If you can't help me, I'm probably not going to transit. When the caution's over, we can get our speeds, right, Tony Jr.? They were complaining about it in the driver's meeting about us asking, unless it was a penalty, so I don't know if they'll give it to us or not. Okay, I'm sorry. Martin's at 4,100, June, and he's usually a couple hundred shy. I'm not telling you what to do, but let me know if we pit under the green if you want me to remind you of 43. Nah, it's fine. I got it in my head now, but I think I'll be okay. I'm just wondering why I get everything. And I know we get that tolerance. I think everybody uses the tolerance, except me. So, I don't know. I'll just hopefully... we won't have to worry about it at the end there. I got you, but they'll give you speeds at most places, or they have been recently, and Tony Jr. always asks them, and you're right where you need to be, it sounds like.
Jeff Hammond, they're talking about the RPM. That's how they judge how fast they need to be getting down pit road.
Yeah, and you already heard right there.
Junior, this is PRN. Can you talk?
Yes, ma'am.
As far as Dale Earnhardt Jr. is concerned, trying to make sure
Let's hop on our in-car radio and talk with the guy that's riding third right now in the Budweiser Chevrolet, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Junior, looks like you guys are having a lot of fun out there tonight.
Well, not really. I mean, it's been a hard race, a lot of green flags.
Steve, a little bit of competition right there with one of the other broadcast partners here at Bristol.
Just got buried by the Performance Racing Network on radio. You'll have that.
Guys, it's our channel. Get off of here.
Hey, you'll have that.
As we watch the guys, check the tire wear again, trying to make sure this car is still working like it needs to. But let's go back to the RPM situation. Yes, that is a speedometer as far as a race car is concerned. But you heard Dale Jr. Express some concern because he felt like he was kind of pushing the envelope, and guys were still outrunning him. And you don't want to get beat off a pit road because you're not getting it done. So he kind of questioned everybody. Are you sure that we're where we need to be? But Tony Urie Jr., Steve Mill, both said, be careful, because we don't want to get a speeding ticket. That could be disastrous. As good a car as we've got, you don't want to wind up getting kicked back. And Steve, right now, how many cars are on the same lap, on the lead lap?
23 cars, Jeff. The 26, I think he got the lucky dog pass. He's the last car on the lead lap.
But what that would mean, if you got caught all the way back there in 23rd position, maybe the same thing basically is starting almost dead last by the time you get the cars on the inside that are lapped down, having to race your way back to the front. Now, we know it can be done, but that's not what you call doing any kind of smart racing. And I think that everybody involved, Tony Urie Jr., as well as Steve and Dale Jr., understand that it's better maybe to lose a position off a pit road than give up maybe 22 or 23 spots.
And Jeff, speaking of disaster, let's not forget Martin Truex Jr. was battling with Junior prior to the first pit stop. They had a loose lug nut, the report on the one car, and you know what? Truex has had to battle back from that pit stop. He's now 17th, but that's an example of how much pit position they lost as we go back to green on lap 219. Junior wants to get by that 25 of Casey Mears because Mears is a lap down, and now he's going to battle with Jeff Gordon. And Junior is clear of Mears. You see the 99 of Carl Edwards just behind Junior. Up ahead is Jeff Gordon, a 5-time winner here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Jeff, that was an important restart for Dale to clear all that traffic, and now he can concentrate on catching Jeff Gordon. It looks like he's got some clean air.
Yes, Steve, that's very important. You want to get up there in the front, be able to get that clean air, and more importantly, you want to get by these guys so you don't want to have to worry about, battling guys that you know that you can pass but can hold you up. You don't want to have to use up a lot of your equipment early on. You talk about Martin Truex Jr. because of their problem on pit road. He's having to use up an awful lot of his race car trying to get back to the front, and that could cost you in the end. I love the position we're in right now. We can sit here, get an idea, kind of measure the guys in front of us, the 24 as well as the 9, and maybe we'll give some more feedback back to Tony Ewing Jr. what we need to do to make our car better.
Jeff, where's the 11 car?
I think you should ask Larry McReynolds about that.
Yeah. Trouble, Jeff. Trouble.
He's out, got a wreck up there on 3 and 4. Dale Jr. to the bottom of the. Well, he's actually out of the way now.
AJ Allmendinger. Steve Meal trying to get.
Junior, I think you might want to take a look at your tire spring rates. The car snugs up on the next set of tires as well. Even more. 10 more. Getting ready to bouncing on the nose and pushing a little bit, getting in. Mainly the center is what's hurting the most. We got plenty of forward bite right now. So we're staying out, but just letting you know, definitely tighter this set compared to the last one, which was tighter than the first one. 10-4.
Jeff Hammond, you were right about one thing. We went 125 laps without a caution flag, but now caution flag number 3 comes out just 15 laps after caution flag number 2. Back to Bristol after this.
WWE SummerSlam. Behold the King. King Booker. The King of Kings. Triple H. On your knees, dog. There can only be one king. WWE SummerSlam. To order WWE SummerSlam and get your free gift and official WWE SummerSlam event t-shirt, go to directtv.com/WWE.
The DirecTV Concert Series presents 2 of pop music's hottest live acts. Gwen Stefani hollers back live from Anaheim, California. And the Black Eyed Peas pump it up down under. Gwen Stefani and the Black Eyed Peas get it started. All this month on the 101, only on DirecTV.
Hey, Mom. Where's Dad?
In the backyard.
Just massage the laces and direct the traffic. Boys.
Dad?
Come on. With up to 14 games every Sunday on DirecTV's NFL Sunday Ticket, I can watch every game and every player. Maddie here is like family now. Always wanted a lefty.
You gotta be kidding.
Look, Maddie, he loves you.
Hey, Maddie.
Bring your favorite players home no matter where you live with NFL Sunday Ticket, only on DirecTV.
You're watching NASCAR Hotpass exclusively on DirecTV and brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns.
Introducing Applebee's new Ultimate Trios. Great taste, great big portions, and a great price. Choose 3 from 7 delicious options to create your ultimate flavor fest. Like our new 100% Angus beef mini bacon cheeseburgers. New crispy, plump, and spicy dynamite shrimp. And the new flame grilled steak quesadilla tower. Ultimate Trios, Ultimate Platter at an unbeatable price. Only at Applebee's.
Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
Vinta vino, calda da testa, una gran testa fa memorar. Dietro in piazza qualche ragazza, vengo con quella, cerca menar. Vengo con quella, cerca menar.
The Trio refrigerator from Kenmore has a place for everything, even berries. So now everything's easy to find. Kenmore, it's that simple.
Listening to the Matthew Good Band as we are under caution for the third time tonight. The name of this tune is Strange Days, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. has to feel like these days are strange because as good as they are running, they don't have the finishes to show for it. Now let's take a look at the current point standings. The night started, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was 163 points behind 12th. Right now, he's picked up 20 points, but we still have a lot of racing. We're nearing halfway, Jeff Hammond. 230 laps in the books.
And Steve, we keep talking about the way our car is working. All of these things right here are going to come into play because you don't want to give up that track position later on. You want to get this car dialed into where, you can make one of those last stops. The tires look good. The times are good enough. You can stay out and not worry about having to come back down pit road and possibly make a mistake or give up track position. So all of this is starting to come into play, as well as the number of cars that are still on the lead lap. I see the lights out on top of the caution car. We must be getting ready to go back green.
Junior will restart in the third position. Casey Kane still the leader. You see Jeff Gordon in the 24, right ahead of Junior.
Pace car's off. Flag, green flag. Still inside you. Still inside. Clear.
I'm going to get...
Clear.
Heavy traffic for Dale Earnhardt Jr., but guess what? He is in front of Jeff Gordon. Carl Edwards, you see out the bumper cam. Now Junior puts a little distance between himself and the 99. Jeff Gordon to the high side. And Junior able to break free now, setting his sights on Casey Kane, the leader.
And Steve, I want to add, when he made that pass around Jeff Gordon, you can hear the crowd, but can you imagine what's going to happen if he runs that number 9 car down and takes the lead here at Bristol?
I know one thing, there's a lot of red in the grandstands, a lot of Junior fans, Junior Nation, strong here in Bristol, Tennessee.
Clear by 3, clear by 3.
Steve, believe we're 239 laps into this race, and I'm still looking up in the crowd, and these guys and gals are still on their feet watching. They're not even using these seats.
Side-by-side, nose-to-tail action here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Glad you're with us on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, channel 799. Dale Earnhardt Jr. pitted on lap 125, then again on lap 210, and they've done nothing to that race car except change tires. Junior by the 01, that's Eric Almirola. Almirola is laps down, 24 drivers on the lead lap. Just 2 drivers off the track, Denny Hamlin in the 11 and Johnny Sauter in the 70. $6 million purse here at Bristol. Short track has been turned into a showplace by Bruton Smith.
Clear.
And you know, Jeff Hammond, we should note, you talked about Darrell Waltrip winning 12 times here, 7 victories in a row. You were a big part of that success. In terms of wins, Cale Yarborough with 9, Rusty Wallace with 9. Guess who else? Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt, yes. But the difference right now, I'm not knocking his dad because I've raced against him. I've watched him win a lot of races here. But to me, Dale Jr. is exhibiting how much smoother he is. I really mean that. He's a great, and he can be aggressive when he needs to, but he is a very smooth race car driver. And to me, that's the reason why he makes me think of Darrell Waltrip more than his dad. His dad was very much the intimidator. He'd rough ride you around here. He'd be all over the back end of you. He would fly up into you. He would move you out of your way if he was in a hurry. But right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is driving a very smart race, keeping everything in perspective and understanding. We're just coming up on the halfway point. We still got 250 laps to go. He's got the leader in sight. If everything works the way it should, before too much longer, we're going to put some pressure on Casey Kane.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff, rubbing is racing.
I know that, Steve, but at the same time, I love to watch a driver. I mean, drivers can be, in my mind, you can consider them almost like artists. I mean, they have the ability to be almost like a surgeon. When you see a guy that's really doing something like Dale Jr.'s doing tonight, being smooth, being very, selective of how he puts his car where and when, and how much to push I guess you might say the envelope at this point. I really like that. I love to watch a driver that's in his element doing his
halfway,
thing.
Dale Jr., halfway.
Well, Jeff, he is now, speaking of artistry, 1.2 seconds behind Casey Kane. Junior's got his sights set on that 9 car. We'll come back to see if he can catch him on DirecTV.
You know, taking risks is part of racing. But when it comes to running my business, I never risk it, and neither should you. Rely on Office Depot for everything from office supplies to office furniture to the latest technology like laptops and software. Everything your business needs. So race into Office Depot today. Whoa, that would have been bad.
Office Depot, proud sponsor of NASCAR, Carl Edwards, and the number 99 Roush Fenway Racing Team.
Sleeplessness. Dry mouth. Anxiety. All may be experienced as you take on the Built Ford Tough Race to the Dream. Last year, 9 made the cut. Now we need 9 more to compete in the dirt and on the track at Homestead Miami Speedway. Meet drivers. Drop the green flag. Be a winner. Think you're tough? Prove it at racetothedream.com.
Communicate in less than a second with Nextel walkie-talkie.
Nice work.
The largest and fastest push-to-talk network on the planet. That's getting it done at sprint speed.
Behind the wheel, he was a legend.
Earnhardt is going for the lead.
Behind the legend, he was one of us.
He cared about a lot of other things but racing.
CMT Films and NASCAR Images bring you an intimate look at racing's biggest star. Dale Jr. says, if it felt behind the scenes for me, imagine how it's going to feel for the fans.
Can you give me some money when you get home?
I doubt it. Chevy and Goodwrench present Dale, an exclusive motion picture event. Check your local listings for air times, only on CMT.
Whether you're hauling race cars, vintage cars, horses, livestock, motorcycles, ATVs, or other cargo, now is the time for you to choose Featherlight. Through September, qualified buyers can own a new Featherlight trailer with no payments for up to 13 months and no interest for 12 months. That's right, no payments for up to 13 months and no interest for up to 12 months. Don't miss this incredible offer. Hurry into your participating dealer today.
Take a look at our hot pass, hot shots. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in the second position. Carl Lindbergh drives third. Jeff Gordon fifth. Kevin Harvick 10th. Tony Stewart 17th. Music provided by Three Doors Down. Hey, while we were in commercial break, Jeff Hammond and I were listening to Dale Earnhardt Jr. talking to Tony Eury Jr., and he said, car is really turning good, and I'm not beating the right front tire off this car. I'm going as fast as I can. Jeff Hammond, you talked about that. You're a smart man. Dale Earnhardt Jr. taking care of his equipment.
Again, that's what I'm seeing from my vantage point and watching these guys and what they've got going right now. Dale Earnhardt Jr., he knows how to feel his race car, and he knows he's got to take care of those tires so when we go deeper in the run, because we're not getting a lot of caution flags right now. You got to be around at the end. Definitely, Casey Kane is fast, so you got to give these guys in the pits enough time to kind of work on their race car so he can run him down. But the main thing is keep those tires on that race car, no matter what it takes. Backing off a little early, running a higher line. He's been hunting where he needs to be, and you can see right now if he gets through this lap traffic, he'll be right in behind Casey Kane once again.
Email comes from Jody Parsons from Eden, Ohio. And Jody wants to know about tires. Jody knows that they use different tires at different racetracks. And Jeff, I think what Jody wants to know is, once the race starts, can they run a different tire compound?
Well, Jody, that's a good question, but no, you can't. Goodyear recommends the tire compound at each racetrack for NASCAR. And that means we have a code for the left side as well as one for the right side. And you have to run those set codes the entire race, and it has to be where they belong as far as the position is concerned. So if the left side tire code has got to be on the left side, and the right side's got to be on the right. Here at Bristol, you know, it is a specific tire for Bristol. Next week when we go to California, it will be a different set of tires, a different compound out there.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Dale Earnhardt Jr. by the 41, not a battle for position. Reed Sorensen is one lap down. 22 drivers, now 21 drivers on the lead lap. Jimmy Johnson is sixth in points. He is the last car on the lead lap. Junior now listed just 0.5 of a second behind Casey Kane. And I tell you what, he's closed up on him now, Jeff Hammond.
I told you, Steve, he's just sitting there, minding his own business, running his own line, and letting this whole thing kind of come back to him. He's got a good, solid race car, and he's smart enough to let that guy in front of him because he put enough pressure on him, but let him make the mistake right now. I really believe that before this next pit stop, if Dale Jr. gets his way, he will put enough pressure on Casey Kane to make him slip up, and he'll get around it.
Jeff, I'm concerned right now. There's a lot of lap traffic. You see
Clear.
Ford Burton in the 4. He's going to get under him. Eric Almirola in the 01. Casey Mears, those are all lapped cars.
And this is where, as a crew chief, you hold your breath. You like the fact you got a guy in front of you like Casey Kane to kind of open the door, but you hope you can get through that same door before it slams shut. And you don't want to get caught up because of the 01 or somebody else comes down into your groove and cuts you off and you wind up getting caught up in a wreck. So you got to be smart right now. And I think that's what Dale Jr.'s doing, giving a little bit of clearance between him and the 9.
Yeah, Jeff, he's dropped back just a little bit. He's dropped 0.2 of a second on the last lap or two. Now 0.7 behind Casey Kane. Casey Kane has led every single lap tonight. We've had 3 cautions. It's been a clean race by Bristol standards. The record for cautions here is 20.
And Steve, you bring up something that's very interesting. I know we got Dale Earnhardt Jr., and that's our man tonight, and he's doing a phenomenal job, coming from 17th up to 2nd. But you got to tip your hat to that 9 car. Started on the pole and holding this lead for 278 laps. That's pretty phenomenal here at a place like Bristol, because normally you see a lot more, passes than that, and a lot of different leaders.
Jeff, you're exactly right. Typically a lot of lead changes and a lot of caution flags. And tonight, no lead changes and just 3 cautions. Junior goes by Kenny Wallace. Kenny substituting for Kyle Petty, who had surgery on his right hand. And now Junior draws a bead again on leader Casey Kane. And just to keep you in touch with the points battle, Kurt Busch, the driver who's in that 12th and final transfer position, he is in the 4th position. And Martin Truex Jr., who's 11th in points, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s teammate, is 14th. Kevin Harvick, 10th in points. He's in the 11th position. Now below Dale Earnhardt Jr. is Ryan Newman, who's 14th in points. And Jeff, you made the point during commercial. Dale's got to be concerned about Newman because Newman's just 8 points back. He's in the 5th position.
Yeah, you got Ryan Newman there, but you've also got to kind of you mentioned Martin Truex Jr. early on with his problems. He's still a factor in this thing because he can slide back past a guy like Kurt Busch, and he could be the guy that Dale Jr. winds up having to try to run down. So a lot of possibilities, still kind of up in the air, with 3 races to go that can happen here. So you got to keep an eye on everything and keep our options open as we move forward. But right now, I really like our position as we continue to put pressure on that 9 car. But that's exactly what we want to be able to do, is get up there, lead a lap. And it's going to be very hard to lead the most laps, but we need to at least lead a lap and be able to get a win so we get the maximum bonus points possible.
Great point, Jeff. Great point. 5 points for leading a lap, an additional 5 points for leading the most laps. Casey Kane is going to wrap that up because he's led every single lap here tonight.
Clear.
Kane not a factor in the points race, just 27th in points.
Steve, something else that just kind of came into my mind. I got to looking and thinking about all the laps that we've run with only very few caution flags. This racetrack is very demanding physically. If you take a look at a guy like Casey Kane, he ran a lot of laps last night, and yesterday's practice probably close to 300, 350 laps. Now tonight he's got to run 500 laps if he goes to the distance. I'm wondering about the physical condition about a lot of these drivers, as well as the cockpit itself. Is the seat where it needs to be? And hopefully with our guy, everything is exactly like it needs to be. We haven't heard anything from Dale Jr. to the contrary, but you hope that he's not, wearing himself out in there with all these green flag laps that could come into play maybe later on tonight.
Jeff, you bring up an excellent point, and so far on the times that Junior has talked to his crew chief and his team, he sounded very relaxed, not uptight at all. He hasn't said anything about the car being uncomfortable, so the car's turning good. And he's starting to close the gap again, just 0.2 of a second behind Casey Kane. Scott Riggs in the 10 car is going to get out of the way. He's a lap down.
But Steve, the good part about that, our guy may be in good shape. I'm just wondering about the guy in the 9 cars who put pressure on him. If maybe physically and mentally he'll get wore down because of both 2 nights of running, could come into play. Maybe with like 100 laps to go, maybe we can kind of like put a little extra pressure on him, make him run a little bit harder. He may fatigue, you never know.
Jeff, you had a good point. It wasn't just the fact that Casey Kane ran the Busch race. It was extremely hot yesterday, over 95 degrees. Over 95 degrees, and you had the Busch race, you had Busch practice, you had Cup practice, another Busch practice, and Cup happy hour. A lot of laps yesterday for Casey Kane. Dale Earnhardt Jr., on the other hand, not in the Busch race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car, the Chevy out of DEI, now listed in the 2nd position, 0.6. And to all his fans, don't know if you read about this on the internet or in the newspapers where you live, but yesterday Dale Earnhardt Jr. took the opportunity to say, hey, go easy on Teresa Earnhardt a little bit. He said there's been some pretty vicious wording on the internet, on the message boards, and because of the fact that Teresa Earnhardt decided not to let Junior run the 8 car. Junior said, hey, give her a little bit of a break. She's running her business the way she thinks she needs to. Also mentioned that their daughter, Taylor Nicole, still in high school and has friends, and it could be affecting her. So if you weren't aware of that, just wanted to pass it along, because Dale Earnhardt Jr. made a point of it here yesterday when talking to the media.
And Steve, I think you bring up a very valid point when it comes to what Dale Jr. is doing. They are a family. They're always going to be family. Taylor Nicole is still going to be, his half-sister. And I think that's great that he's willing to step up and say, look, she runs her business, I run my life. And one thing I love about this young man
still inside, Junior.
He's really, really working, I think, to follow in his father's footsteps by earning the respect of not only the competitors, but a lot of the fans out there, because he's willing to step up and say, look, that number is important, but it's not the most important thing in my life. And
looking at about lap 350, Colin Junior.
On his own.
359. Thank you. Car on the bottom up here, June the 49, you see him.
Jeff, I heard Steve Meal, I think, giving Dale Earnhardt Jr. the heads up that they might pit on about lap 354.
Clear low.
And that would make sense because they pitted last on lap 210.
Yeah, 10-4, and if they do that right there, Steve, that should put them well within the window to go the distance. If they elected to stay out, they should be good on fuel. And the way the tire wear has been so far, tires should be good. So, it'd be interesting to see when they do finally come and what kind of adjustments they make. But right now, again, that car is on a rail. It's really doing well. It's not doing anything crazy. Dale Jr. can run high, and he can still run low.
And, Jeff, they haven't done a thing to that race car except change tires. Impressive display by Dale Earnhardt Jr. and that Budweiser team from DEI.
Steve, we say it all the time. The crew chief did a fantastic job.
Absolutely. Of course, spoken by a former crew chief. Jeff, I want to get back to something. Did I hear you say before the race that if Junior had some kind of problem on the racetrack, that team was going to drag you into service?
Hey, I haven't forgotten how, my friend. We were talking about it. I say DJ Cox, who's a front tire changer, along with Jay Guarneri. I've worked with Jay before. He's worked with me. And they all said the same thing. Look, we got a spare uniform on the truck. If something happens, you jump in there and help us get this thing fixed. We'll put on the headset, and you can change tires and you can jack.
No,
believe me, I would love to do it. I really would. I don't want nothing to happen to our race car. I want to go to victory lane. But if something was to happen, I would love to go back over the wall one more time.
Don't leave me now. We're tracking down Casey Kane. Don't leave me now.
We'll sit right here. We're going to ride shotgun with Dale Earnhardt Jr. right into victory lane, baby.
Well, Jeff, right now, Junior is getting by the 19 of Elliott Sadler. That's Casey Kane's teammate. You see traffic up ahead, and that traffic includes Casey Kane in the 9 car.
Still outside, Junior see the 01 up there.
Laps clicking off here. We're through 312, 188 remaining.
Clear.
You're watching NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, channel 799. Come back.
Communicate in less than a second with Nextel walkie-talkie.
Nice work.
The largest and fastest push-to-talk network on the planet. That's getting it done at sprint speed. Visit sprint.com/Nextel.
No, we only give loans to big business.
Good afternoon. My business plan is fantastic.
What's that?
And as you can see, our
those
growth
small
last year was
business
off the
owners.
charts. Research indicates this trend will continue well into next year. Now, if you turn your attention to my 10-year forecast.
Does your bank think small about your small business? Call Capital One instead for no-hassle business loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. Check your mailbox.
Hello, Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
Yeah, that's right, people. I quit. It's the dawn of a new Chad. This box isn't big enough to hold Chad's potential. Get ready, people, because I'm a rocket to the top, and it's time to light that candle. Adios, amigos. Woo!
That's not good. Need to keep your car moving? Go to NASCAR.com and click on the NASCAR Performance logo for car care know-how and a listing of NASCAR Performance Network shops near you.
I'll walk.
Ode to the Subway Melt. Melt your hunger away with hot, gooey cheese covering smoky bacon, tender ham, turkey, and crisp veggies on a foundation of freshly baked bread. Your appetite just wrote a check that only a sandwich of this magnitude can cash. The one and only Subway Melt. Not just any sandwich. A massive, mucho, munchable, mouth-watering melt of a sandwich. Subway. Eat fresh.
This is a pen. A what? A pen. Oh, a pen. This is a cone. A what? A cone. Oh, a cone. This is a hole. A what? A hole. A hole! Ah!
Life comes at you fast.
Calling me?
Ron, am I covered?
Yeah, you're covered. With our exclusive nationwide Blue Ribbon claim services, there's nothing to worry about after your car's been in an accident. We can even guarantee all repairs in writing for as long as you own the car.
Told you we were covered.
To switch to Nationwide, call an agent today.
Nationwide is on your side.
Down in the flame left higher. Burn, burns, the ring of fire. Jeff Hammond, I just thought I'd sing along with Social Distortion as they covered Johnny Cash's classic, The Ring of Fire, which is a perfect description of the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Steve, excuse me.
Yes?
Were you talking to me? I took my headset off when you started singing.
That's not right.
You've been taking too many lessons from Darrell Waltrip.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, the difference is I never claimed I could sing. Darrell actually thinks that he can carry a tune.
Everybody has their disillusionments, I guess you'd say.
Yes. Anyways, I do not have Social Distortion loaded on my iPod. I do have the Johnny Cash version. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Hey, Jeff, while we were goofing off here, Carl Edwards in the 99 got by our man for second.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see right now that, if Dale Jr. just let him go, because he did tell me before the start of this race, if somebody was putting pressure on him before he was ready to move, he was going to let him go and just kind of follow him through. We saw him do that early in the race. It didn't make any difference, and I think, once again, we need to let everybody understand how smart this guy is that drives this 8 car. He knows when to push the point, and I think right now he was comfortable to let the car kind of work, do what needed to be done. Carl Edwards, he's still a young man. He's still a young whippersnapper, and he may be pushing the button a little bit too soon. So it'll be interesting to see by the time we run through this whole caution scenario, green flag scenario coming up, how it kind of looks like.
Carl Edwards has 108 Nextel Cup starts. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 278. And look here, Carl Edwards looking underneath Casey Kane, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wants a piece of the action. Jr. to the high side, Edwards to the bottom. Casey Kane has led every lap, but he's got traffic in the form of Michael Waltrip ahead of him. Edwards trying to get to the bottom. Now Michael Waltrip to the bottom. Kane will use that to his advantage. For a moment, it looked like Dale Earnhardt Jr. was going to make it 3 wide. Junior right behind Kane. Edwards to the bottom.
Still inside now, June.
Steve Meal, the spotter, his voice very calm, reassuring Junior. Closing in on pit stops, about 20 laps away. Jeff Hammond, are you watching this action?
And baby, I am loving it.
Hello.
Something I have really liked about the way they reconfigured this racetrack. Look at these 3 guys go at it. You would think we'd have 10 laps to go. Kind of trade paint. Look at Dale Jr. right now.
He runs the middle.
Unbelievable.
He's running the middle, Jeff. Kane behind him. Carl Edwards wants Michael Waltrip out of the way. Waltrip 3 laps down, but he's not making it easy. Contact between the 99 and the 55. Now Junior to the inside. Kane beneath him.
Inside. Clear.
Junior clears Michael Waltrip.
And Steve, I think what's making everybody so frustrated, Michael, 1 lap he's down low, next lap he's up high. He's down a bunch of laps. These are the leaders. Give him some racing room.
He's 3 laps down, and he did not make it easy, Jeff. And look at Kurt Busch in the upper right hand. He's by Michael Waltrip.
Put it by 3 to the 9, about 20 laps.
And he wants to get a piece of the action and by Casey Kane. Carl Edwards is the leader, followed by Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Casey Kane. Pit stops looming. They've had good, solid pit stops in their 2 stops on pit road. And Jeff, they're going to have to do it again. They cannot make mistakes.
No, this right now is when the pressure's really going to come down on these guys on pit road, and I think all of them know what is expected of them, and this is going to be their golden opportunity to get Dale Earnhardt Jr. the lead. If this thing goes to green flag pit stops, if they're able to pull off a really solid stop, then that gives them an opportunity to come back out and be in the lead. There'll be more coming here in just a minute on channel 799 on DirecTV Hotpass.
Remember, Bob, righty-tighty. It hasn't been an easy year for Napa Racing, but I still got my fans. Here's a letter from Jimmy in Myrtle Beach. It's a good question, but no, I don't have the parking brake on. To Amber in Birmingham, I am not saving my tires during qualifying, don't worry. And lastly, to Brad in Denver, to the best of my knowledge, my head has always been located right here on my shoulders. But thanks for asking. Is this the kind of fan mail I always get?
Panasonic Tough Books, engineered to match the terrain, to protect your work no matter where you work. Durable, reliable, wireless. Tough Book. Work anywhere. Risk nothing. Visit Panasonic.com/toughbook to find out more. With Intel Centrino dual processor technology for unsurpassed wireless freedom.
Panasonic. Ideas for life.
This is Bill. He works for Ford, and he's wrecked more cars than Hollywood.
You ought to see my insurance rates.
I'll take care of the jokes, Bill. Did the Ford F-150 get a 5-star crash rating?
Yep, 5 stars for both driver and front passenger.
What about the other guys?
Some of the others didn't do as well.
Ooh. So I guess sometimes it's better to play it safe?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Take the Ford Challenge. Find out why the F-150 is the best choice.
And it all comes down to this for Hauer.
For his fiancée, it's meant postponing their wedding for this event.
It's a clean start. There seems to be some sort of trouble with the Hampton boat. Oh dear, a seat just broke.
The boat is literally falling apart.
Somebody is going to have a lot of explaining to do.
Not the official tools of competitive rowing. The official tools of NASCAR. Craftsman at Sears.
When it comes to choosing a motor oil, there are hundreds of choices. When it comes to choosing a filter, there's only one. Go to Fram.com to get $5 off your favorite oil and Fram filter, and see for yourself why Fram is America's #1 oil filter. It's not just another oil change, it's a Fram oil change.
You need a girlfriend.
Fabulous look at the Bristol Motor Speedway, lit up in eastern Tennessee. Gigantic bowl of 160,000 fans circling this high bank half-mile track that has provided spectacular racing tonight with its reconfigured layout, 24 degrees of banking in the bottom, up to 30 degrees on the top. Fans here from all 50 states to watch the Sharpie 500. Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond, glad you're with us here for NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, channel 799. Give you a little bit of a reset. 16 drivers on the lead lap. Matt Kenseth, who has won the last 2 Bristol night races, is the last driver on the lead lap. We've had 3 cautions, and we are closing in on pit stops.
Clear.
Steve, the one thing I've been watching down here is these guys have been stretching and getting ready, kind of getting their game face, you might say, on as they get ready to make this final stop. And one thing we want to point out, this easily could be the final stop. This could be the last time these guys come to pit road, because it should put them within their window. And we know how important track position is, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not Tony Eury Jr., the 4 tires they put on and the minor adjustments they will make here will make this car happy enough to stay out in the remainder of the race.
Jeff, kind of surprised we haven't heard Junior, either one, Earnhardt Jr. or Eury Jr., talk about adjustments to this car.
I keep telling you, do not.
Pitting in 2 laps, Buzz. Pitting in 2 laps. We're going to enter off of 2 and leave off of 3.
And Steve, you heard the call. Make sure he called back, said, Roger, entering off of turn 2, exiting off of turn 3, green flag, stop. But the key thing right now, my friend, do not mess up the karma they got going on. They've got a great race car. They do not need to be doing a lot of talking.
All the way back around to 2. Wave them off. I'll get 5 points right here, guys. We're pitting this time, Dale Jr. Pitting this time, 4,000 or 4,300. It's your commitment line, June. Get down, get down.
Get away right there, buddy. Just come on around this red car right here. Right here, come on, come on.
Jeff, smart move by them to stay out and lead a lap and get 5 points.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Steve. That's exactly what they got to do. You know, it's real important that everybody does their job, including the spotter calling that in by telling them to get that lead to extra.
Going hard to the concrete. Go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard.
Making sure he does an extra bit of speed. It'll be interesting to see how we blend back out after everybody else makes a pit stop, whether or not we get in the lead or we wind up still second.
We round on the black. Go, blend up on the front stretch. Blend up on the front stretch. Go. High, clear high. That's what I was doing. You didn't have to be pit road speed all the way around that corner. You just had to be to the end of the concrete. That's why I'm telling you to go. Clear.
Jeff, I'm curious about that exchange. Was Dale Earnhardt Jr. confused about where to blend up or where the, actually how long he had to run pit road speed?
Yeah, 10-4, and I keep trying to tell us early on how confusing this can be to a driver. He's so used to working with one pit road. You know, you come down at so many RPM as far as pit road speed, and you blend right back
here, got the 2 car coming off pit road up here, Jim.
And once you clear the end of pit road, then you can kind of like keep your left side tires on.
Go off pit road up there, you're clear low, clear low. One pit, there you go, clear low, still outside.
Try to get him up through traffic right now on the fresh tires, but this could have been a mistake right now made by Dale Jr. Could have cost us quite a bit for his track position.
Jeff, we'll have to find out as they cycle through green flag
the bottom up here.
Tony Stewart has been in. Ryan Newman was in. One point to note, Jeff. Kurt Busch also stayed out and got 5 points for leading a lap.
Another veteran crew chief over there, Pat Tryson right there, knowing what the score is, not trying to make any mistakes and give up valuable points. When you get an opportunity to get a lap or lead a lap, that's what you got to do.
And Kurt Busch, that number 2 team, they're doing everything right. They won it. Pocono, where they dominated the race, leading 175 laps. They won at Michigan this past Tuesday. And I thought it interesting, Jeff, that Dale Earnhardt Jr. told you that he couldn't worry about Kurt Busch. All he could do was run wide open and run as hard as he could.
Well, again, I think that's experience and maturity coming out in Dale Earnhardt Jr. He understands the score. He can only control what he can control. Run his car as hard as he can, pass all the cars he can, and let the checkered flag determine whether or not it's a good night or whether it's a great night. And it'd be a great night if you can score a bunch of points, but if he winds up winning a race and Kurt Busch winds up running in second, it's still going to be pretty interesting and pretty good.
Caution's out, wreck off of 4, Jim. Racetrack will be clear when you get there.
Caution out, Jeff Hammond, on lap 369.
What's the dealie? You're good. You're good. What do you mean I'm fucking good? What the hell is that supposed to mean? You're not a lap down. It all kind of was cycling around. There was 1 car left. It was 7. You was in front of him, so you're good. Staying out. All right, that's what I'm supposed to hear. How many's on the lead lap? Let score and get caught up here. It don't look like about 15. Yeah, I told you my car was tight. Did you not remember that? Sir, and I went there and made some air pressure adjustments right there. Sir, all right then. No air pressure. Didn't feel no changes in the car, but if you can't make any changes, don't make any at all, because I don't want to get worse. Okay, 10-4. But it's still tight right there, so if we do happen to stop, I'm planning on not stopping again, but if we do, I'll free it up somehow for you. Yeah, well, this is probably free it up. It's a little pause here. All right. We'll see. That's a lot of traction this there. What the hell?
So Dale Earnhardt Jr. saying that his car had gotten a little bit tight. Tony Eury Jr. made an air pressure adjustment.
Will you quit trying to get me to cheat out of my box and into my box? I ain't doing that shit, ever, no matter what. So quit getting in my ear about it.
Jeff Hammond saw Tony Eury Jr.
That's
laughing.
just a big advantage. That's why I'm in your ear about it, because if you use it right, then that's how you get beat in and out on pit road a lot of times. So trying to get you to be aware of it, use it when you can. Yeah, well, you tell me how to use it. You're saying, go, 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 now pit road speed. When you say now pit road speed, I'm in second gear going 5,500. Now, how am I supposed to snap back to 4,500 just like that? Usually when I holler pit road speed, you're about 4 away from ever hitting the line, so that's how I'm doing it. I know your reactions ain't as quick as mine. Yeah, well, if you guys shit up you need to share it with everybody instead of yourself. I just ain't getting enough direction here.
Jeff, I think it sounds like they're fighting, but that's two cousins actually just picking at each other, almost having fun. Tony Eury Jr. was actually laughing during that exchange.
I'm telling you right now, Steve, I'm having flashbacks.
5 should be tail end of the lead lap, Dale Jr.
Yes, Steve,
he's on the lead lap in 17. 17 cars or 17 cars on lead lap.
Yeah, June, the 99's the leader and the 5's right in front of him. You see him there.
Gas here.
Hey,
Should
Jeff.
be okay on gas, right, Tony Jr.?
Jeff, we're big
Talking to
supporters.
somebody else, what do you want?
Just wanting to know if we're okay on gas. We're all right, right?
Yeah, we're fine. We can just say what we can here and just help us out on the green-white checker, but we can make it, no problem.
Jeff, we're big supporters of the men and women in our military, our armed forces. We just got an email from a sailor, United States Navy, Keith. He's from Hanford, California. He said he's been deployed for the past 7 months. He wants to tell his wife that he loves her and he's going to see her soon. And he's from Hanford, California.
Steve, it's always great to hear that when we have one of our servicemen coming back from being deployed, and especially when they love the sport of NASCAR as much as we do. So, we want to, throw a big salute out to all the men and women serving around the world when it comes to our armed forces. And like I say, we're really excited about when one of them comes home. And yes, definitely we want to make sure that message gets back home.
Oh, yeah.
We know how important that is. And again, let's go back and talk about what happened between Tony Eury Jr. and Dale Jr.
Yes, please.
That is just deja vu. That is so much a flashback, from any driver you ever work with. This is the kind of intensity you get into. And race car drivers don't like for you to start telling them how to do their jobs, and they always saying, hey, I need more direction. It's funny sometimes what a crew chief goes through to try to keep his driver pumped up but in control at the same time. And it can be funny from time to time, and I love listening to these two guys work.
All right, coming to the green, Jim. Watch your lap cars on the bottom.
Jeff getting ready to cut him loose. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to restart in the 5th position. So I don't think that miscue as he exited pit road hurt him too badly. Carl Edwards still the leader. Casey Kane is 2nd, Clinton Boyer 3rd, and Kurt Busch. Yeah, Kurt Busch, the driver in 4th in the points, is right ahead of Junior.
I beg to differ with you, my friend, because I'd be a whole lot better be right there behind that 99 than behind that 2.
Pace car is off. Working lap 376 of 500. Green flag.
Green flag, green flag. Inside, Dale, Junior. Clear. Inside, clear low.
Bobby Labonte able to get in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jr. in the 7th position, Jeff Hammond. Let's take a look at what happened. Junior behind Kurt Busch. Ryan Newman. Newman in the 12 car made contact, Jeff.
Steve, you were talking about it was not a bad place to be on that starting 5th. This is the reason why I worry so much about that. Being second, we get a chance to get around the lap cars. You're not back there being held up and making yourself kind of like leaving your back door wide open for a guy like Ryan Newman with only 115 laps to go. Everybody's picking up business, and all of a sudden they're going to beat you bang on you. That's the reason why you didn't want to have that kind of mistake. Being second is a whole lot better than being 5th or restart.
I understand, Jeff. Junior able to get back by Bobby Labonte for the 6th position.
And the other part of that right now, Steve, is Ryan Newman has been very difficult to pass all night long, and I hate to think we'd have to use up a lot of race car or maybe the front bumper to get back around him.
Well, Junior's closing in on that 12 car. Teammates, the 2 and the 12, ahead of Junior. Yep, he repays the favor. He puts the bumper to Newman the exact same way Newman put it to him. Junior better on the bottom than Newman. But Newman able to hold Junior off. Junior back to the bumper. Carl Edwards still the leader. Newman wiggles. Junior tries to shoot underneath of him. Junior looking low again. 108 laps remaining. And Jeff, you're exactly right. Ryan Newman is difficult to pass.
And like I say, Steve, that's the one thing that you always hate. You get back there, use up your right front tire, maybe cut one down trying to get around him. That's the reason.
There he goes.
You don't want to get caught in traffic no matter who it is.
He cleared him, Jeff.
Yeah, but he used up an awful lot trying to get by him.
He did. And let's not forget, this race has been primarily green, and they can make it to the end. So we hope he didn't use up too much of his equipment, too much of that tire, if in fact it stays green. Closing in on 100 laps to go. Steve Burns, Jeff Hammond with you at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Bring your baseball team home all season long with MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. Whether you're a Chicago fan living in the East or a New York fan living out West, catch your favorite team no matter where you live with up to 60 out-of-market games a week. Non-stop baseball action you don't want to miss. And new on-screen scores and stats. Make every game a home game with MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS.
The DirecTV Concert Series presents two of pop music's hottest live acts. Gwen Stefani hollers back live from Anaheim, California. And the Black Eyed Peas pump it up down under. Gwen Stefani and the Black Eyed Peas get it started. All this month on the 101, only on DirecTV.
For great college football from across the country, you need ESPN Game Plan from DirecTV. Covering many of the best teams and conferences, ESPN Game Plan has up to 12 games every Saturday from outside your local area. Order now by calling 1-800-GET-SPORTS for a full season of great college football with ESPN Game Plan from DirecTV. Order by August 31st and save $20 off the regular season price. Call now at 1-800-GET-SPORTS or go to directv.com/gameplan.
Brought to you by EA Sports NASCAR 2008. In stores now.
6 car of David Reagan again.
Just as we went to commercial, caution came out. David Reagan in trouble on the racetrack. That is the 5th caution period.
Cooper, I'm going to need your help again on this spotter stand.
And while we're under caution, watch what happens.
I'm sure he does. I appreciate it.
Ryan Newman tells Dale Earnhardt Jr. he didn't appreciate the contact. But Jeff Hammond, we were listening to the radio. Dale Earnhardt Jr. said, hey, I ain't taking it. I don't care what he does.
Hey, where are we at? We're at Bristol. Thunder Valley. And somebody keeps telling me from time to time you need to leave your feelings outside.
Oh, that's McReynolds.
I know, but after running 398 laps, as intense as it's been so far tonight, I'm not one bit surprised that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has had enough. He's ready to get up there and do what he has to do to not only get his spot back, but maybe take some more spots along with it, and that's what's going to happen. I told you earlier, Steve, you don't want to get caught back there in that 5th or 6th position because the same thing as restarting 10th. You got lap traffic to the inside, and you got guys that are getting impatient like Ryan Newman behind you.
Well, one thing I liked about Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s tone of voice, and unfortunately we were in commercial, but he didn't sound like he was out of control. He was just saying, it's time to roll up the sleeves, and if you want to go, we'll go.
I'll simplify it more than that. If you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
Still under caution here at Bristol.
A bit about this situation. Steve, Larry McReynolds now over here with Tony Stewart in the 20 car along with Matt Yoakum. I know you guys, you've got your head down, you're focused on that 12th position. It just seems like these guys that you're chasing, they're just maintaining tonight.
Larry, you're right. Kurt Busch in the 2 car is right ahead of Junior. Larry, interesting exchange when the caution came out. Ryan Newman went up and tapped the bumper of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car because they traded bumpers a few laps ago, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. told his crew, I'm not going to take it. I'm not taking it anymore. So tempers flaring, as you like to say, Larry, leave your feelings out there on the highway.
It never fails, Steve Burns. You come in this half-mile racetrack, whether you're a driver, a crew member, a fan, maybe even a DirecTV Hotpass broadcaster, you better leave those feelings out there on the highway because you bring them in here, chances are you will get them hurt. But I think what they need to do with your man, Steve, is keep him focused on the big picture of things here.
Larry, where's your guy Denny Hamlin?
My man Denny Hamlin, unfortunately, we have 99 laps to go. We have 42 cars on the racetrack. Unfortunately, they loaded that 11 car. He'd worked his way to the 6th position, Steve, right after we last talked, but the engine let go on that 11 car, and Denny gets only his 2nd DNF in 67 Nextel Cup starts, but now it's on to Fontana for the 11 car next week.
All right, Larry Mack, thank you. Green flag. Restart with 98 laps to go. Dale Jr. is 5th. You see Kurt Busch right in front of him. And he wants the outside of that 2 car. Just 95 laps left. Junior is in the 5th position. Carl Edwards leads, followed by Casey Kane. Clint Boyer in the 07. He's looking for his first win of the year. And Kurt Busch in the 2. Jeff Hammond, is this a difficult time for Dale Earnhardt to be patient? He knows that there are under 100 laps to go, and the laps click by so quickly here.
Yeah, when you get back in with 100 laps to go, you know you've got to kind of push the issue, but everybody's doing the same thing. And this is really where you find out where you shake out. What's going to be frustrating is if you find out you're as good as the leader, but because of your track position, you can't gain on him. Therein lies the biggest part of the frustration. You can see him, but you just can't reach up there and bring him back to you along with the other guys that are in front of him. We're talking about guys like Kurt Busch, who've won here like 5 times. You know, you're looking at Casey Kane, who won last night. All these guys are up on the wheel like you never, will believe. I mean, this is what you call crunch time.
All right, where is Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the point standings right now? Right now, he's 149 points behind Kevin Harvick. Started the night 163 points behind Kurt Busch in 12th.
Steve, we've been talking about it all night long. It doesn't matter who's in 12th. It's the distance between that number 12 position and where he is.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. has 88 laps and 2 more races. We go to Fontana, California, and then Richmond, Virginia to try to get into that chase. His teammate, Martin Truex Jr., has rebounded nicely from loose lug nuts earlier in the race. Truex is now 8th. Kevin Harvick, who came in here 10th in points, not having a good night. He is 21st, 1 lap down. 18 cars on the lead lap, and our points leader, Jeff Gordon, is the last car on the lead lap. Junior patiently stalking Kurt Busch in the 2.
Steve, I want to point out one more time, and I hate to keep kind of like beating a dead horse, but if we could have held on to that 2nd position, that would be an additional 15 points off of that lead right now that Kevin Harvick has over the 8 car, and that could be huge by the time we roll into Richmond or roll out of Richmond.
Yeah, good point, Jeff. No pun intended. It's all about points. And Jeff, the frustrating thing for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in this 8 team is the performance has been there, but they've had little problems here and there where they haven't been able to close the deal, so to speak.
You're exactly right. Once again, he's a top 5 car. He was a top 5 car last week. He was a top 5 car at Watkins Glen. But the problem has been, when they dropped the checkered flag, he's always been outside, basically the top 25.
Junior closes on Kurt Busch. Busch has 5 wins here at Bristol. Junior has 1. These laps clicking off, as we said, in the 15 to 16 second category.
On the first straightaway, yellow is out. Racetrack will be clear when you get here.
Caution out. Caution on lap 421.
Hey, just starting to get somewhere, this son of a bitch. 10-4, staying out. I ain't pitting the rest. That's big 10-4.
David Reagan's had a rough night in the 6 car. He's headed to the garage. 78 laps, all that remain tonight's race at Bristol.
Don't go talk to your mother.
Well, you just get it, don't you?
Listen, if you're gonna live under my roof, you're getting this new phone.
I promise I will talk way too much.
Well, I give a hoot, because all that talking is not going to cost me a fortune.
This is completely fair.
I got news for you. Life is fair.
You can control me forever.
I raised you to talk to me like that.
GoPhone is changing the conversation about cell phones. Everything you want plus unlimited talk without a surprise bill. Singular's name is now AT&T.
Homer eats Whopper, takes 75. Action!
Ow! 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 Double meat, double cheese, double bacon.
3-second rule.
Cut. Cut.
What? I get sweaty when I eat.
Double meat, double cheese, double bacon, double...
Cholesterol. It can come from that cherry pie, but also from your granddad's sigh. From beef off the grill and your grandmother, Jill. A healthy diet is important. When that's not enough, adding Vytorin can help. Cholesterol comes from 2 sources, food and family. Vytorin treats 2 sources. Only Vytorin helps block the absorption of cholesterol from food and reduces the cholesterol your body makes naturally. Vytorin was also proven in clinical studies to lower bad cholesterol more than Lipitor alone, more than Crestor alone. Vytorin is not for everyone, including people with liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Tell your doctor right away about unexplained muscle pain or weakness, which may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Certain medicines or foods may increase your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. So eat right, stay active, but if that's not enough, ask your doctor about adding Vytorin, 2 sources of cholesterol. Treat them both with Vytorin.
Bring the rock and roll to the Bristol Motor Speedway in eastern Tennessee. Let's set the stage. 75 laps left. Dale Earnhardt Jr. rides 5th. Carl Edwards the leader, followed by Casey Kane, Clint Boyer, and Kurt Busch. Junior's got a couple of donuts on the side of that Budweiser Chevrolet. There you see. right in front of the 8, in between the right front tire. Oh, and on the number 8. Rubbins Racing, boys. Hey,
I was getting ready to say, Steve, you normally say Rubbins Racing.
That's it.
And we are at Bristol.
Let the rough side drag. Stay tuned after the checkered flag for the Old Spice post-race show on channel 795 through 799, only on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV.
I want it right now, T-Bone, because we're getting ready to go back.
Well, Jeff Hammond, it's time to get it done now.
Steve, you got that right, baby. It's time to pull them belts tight one more time and let the rough side drag, as you said earlier.
Green flag. Juan Pablo creating a problem for Earnhardt Jr., but Jr. able to clear the 42 car. 42 car is
clear.
First car a lap down. 19 cars on the lead lap. Hey, Jeff, we've got a good email question here. Comes from Sean in McKinney, Texas. And he wants to know, do you think that the 8 team not making a lot of adjustments to that race car has hurt him here at the end of the race?
Steve, I really don't think that that's hurt him here at the end of the race. I think the biggest thing we're going to go back to all night long has to be that little bit of miscue during the green flag pit stop that put him behind a lot of these guys. The car's been solid all night, and I think, track position has been, just as important as anything else. And I think we also need for this thing to go green to the end to really take full advantage of how good this 8 car is.
Yeah, I agree, Jeff. I think when there was confusion about where Dale Earnhardt Jr. could blend up and get back on the gas pedal, get back on the throttle, it cost him a couple of positions. And the truth of the matter is, Jeff, you don't have to adjust on the race car. They've only made an air pressure adjustment on lap 369. Excuse me, lap 358, but no sense over-tuning a car if it doesn't need it.
And that's the key thing right now. You look at the guys that are in front of us. I mean, they've been right around the top 5 or 6 all night long. And I think all these cars have really found the right setup for tonight. And they're working well. And it all goes back, I think, right here to the end on track position.
We're going to take a break from Bristol.
Walk-off Grand Slam, a Team USA blowout, and the best of Saturday's coast-to-coast NFL action only on SportsCenter.
What's the best way to follow your Fantasy Hall of Famers on game day? ESPN Fantasy Football's Fantasy Cast with real-time updates, red zone alerts, and instant access to GameCast. All for free.
Just that quickly, we're under caution once again.
Back from Bristol, just as we went to commercial, caution came out. Robbie Gordon spun in the 7 car. And Jeff Hammond, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s comment, tight, tight, tight. Nothing I can do about it.
And that right there, my friend, is the box we may wind up being as we take a look, at what happened to Robbie Gordon here, off of turn 2. But now we got to make some decisions. Can we live with it and hang on to what we got, or do we have to roll the dice and come down pit road? And because it's Bristol, I promise you they're going to wind up staying out, and hopefully maybe these caution laps will help change the car just a little bit, and maybe when they go back to green, the car will have a little bit different feel, and maybe we can work our way back up toward the front.
Maybe. So we came back to update you on what was happening here on lap 439. You see contact between the 21, then the 17, a little bit up the hill, and hits the 7. Bill Elliott driving that 21 car. And Jeff Hammond was right. Late in the race, not a whole lot of give and take. Now we'll go back to break, get caught up so we can go to the conclusion of the Sharpie 500.
Sir, please step out of the vehicle. Please place both hands on the vehicle. No, sir, the rear of the vehicle. Okay, sir, get that headlight fixed.
Everyone admires a great driver. At Allstate, great drivers can even get a bonus, the safe driving bonus, only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
The war in Europe is over. The unconditional surrender.
This is our country.
After 89 years in the making, this is our truck. The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
Give it to me, 1, 2.
Introducing Applebee's new Ultimate Trios. Great taste, great big portions, and a great price. Choose 3 from 7 delicious options to create the ultimate platter at an unbeatable price. New Ultimate Trios, only at Applebee's.
Whoa! That's one monster case of athlete's foot. Hit that with Tough Actin Tinactin. It cools and cures most athlete's foot on the whole foot. Lamisil Gel can't say that. Get boom! Tough Actin Tinactin.
This is Marty Reed at Infineon Raceway, where the points battle is heating up again. After Dario Franchitti's success at Indianapolis, the last couple of races have been upside-down affairs. One of them his own doing after the finish line right there. What happens? Well, you'll find out. The margin between first and second is down to 8 points. You'll see it all on ESPN, Sunday, 3:30 Eastern.
Back at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Still under caution. 7th caution flag waved moments ago for an incident between Bill Elliott, who got into the 17. Matt Kenseth in the 17, then bumped Robbie Gordon, who went for a spin in the 7.
57 laps to go. Pace car is off. Green flag, green flag.
Let's watch and listen on this restart.
Clear low if you need it. Clear.
Jeff Hammond, Dale Earnhardt Jr. said under caution, the most recent caution flag, the caution prior, that the car was just tight. If they cannot get to pit road, which it looks like they probably will not, that means this race car is becoming increasingly difficult to turn.
it does, Steve. And hopefully right now, once he gets clear of traffic, he may be able to try a couple of different lines, maybe adjust some of the brake bias on the car to help him kind of make the car rotate a little bit to where it doesn't, push as bad in the center. That's been one of the strong suits of this car all night long. He just rotated through the center. The forward light has allowed him to catch up and make a lot of, ground up down the front straightaway and the back straightaway. Now it looks like it's hurting him just a little
50
bit.
laps to go, 50.
But it'll be up to him and what he can do inside that race car. As you heard Steve Mill tell him, he's got 50 laps to figure it out.
50 laps at Bristol does not take long to run, about 15, 16 seconds a lap. Carl Edwards continues to lead.
Behind you, June. Caution's out.
And caution out once again. Looks like Ricky Rudd in the 88.
The 88 in the middle of the racetrack, he's rolling off now, June.
So we've had 4 cautions in the last 57 laps. We went the first 125 laps green. Jeff, are these caution flags, are they helping or hurting juniors? We take a look what happened.
Steve, I think it will actually help these guys when we get a chance to do the rewind on this radio. You see Ricky Rudd, somebody gets him looked like in the back of him and spins him out, and here comes the 48 car as well as the 17 of Matt Kenseth, and they all collide together. A lot of damage, I think, to the 48. But, hey, you talked about the number of caution flags.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's showtime, buddy. And now everybody's going to get a little bit hungrier, a whole lot more aggressive.
Jeff, you're right. Damage to the 48 and the 17. Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth. There you see Johnson to the bottom. Looks like he clipped Juan Pablo Montoya. And they stack up behind Ricky Rudd. Caution out for the 8th time tonight here at the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Clean that truck up top there in the middle of 1 and 2, and you got 1 in the bottom. We'll go right in the middle here, Jim.
And Jeff Hammond with you here. NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, channel 799. Glad you're with us. 160,000 fans packed into this facility that Jeff Hammond has likened to a coliseum. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is 5th. The leader, Carl Edwards, followed by Casey Kane, Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, and then driver number 8.
The Little League World Series championship coverage continues on ABC.
The dream is still alive, someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like me and you. So let the voice of freedom sing out through this land. This is our country.
The all-new Chevy Silverado, the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Lettuce, cheese, juicy all-white meat chicken, and a flour tortilla. Wrapped up with tangy chipotle barbecue sauce. That's a snack you'll get a kick out of. That's what we're made of.
From a past paved in victory comes a future filled with glory. Can-Am, the name is back, but the passion never left. I Can-Am. Can you?
Introducing an automotive breakthrough. Z-Net, only at AutoZone.
Now AutoZoners have the power to find you the right part faster with diagrams, photos, and instructions. So you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. ZNet, only at AutoZone.
All across America, they're getting ready. It's the Captain Morgan Ultimate Pose Off. Enter, and you can win an ultimate high roller weekend in Vegas. Go to CaptainMorgan.com to enter.
Drink responsibly. Tuesday, one night will determine history. The Bronx is Burning series finale, Tuesday at 10 on ESPN.
NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, channel 799. Live from the Bristol Motor Speedway, Steve Burns and Jeff Hammond under caution for the 8th time tonight. Carl Edwards leads. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is 5th. Jeff Hammond, what needs to happen for Dale Jr. with the laps running out?
Well, Steve, what we can hope is that by all these cautions, that maybe it gives these opportunity, these tires to cool off, have a little bit different feel when they go back to green. But at the same time, I'll be honest with you, we need for these guys up in front of us to get to racing each other, beating and banging, and hopefully what happened to Johnny Benson on Wednesday night, hey, the leaders will maybe take themselves out, and we'll wind up going to victory lane anyway.
That's right. Kyle Busch and Travis Kvapil got together in the closing laps in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race Wednesday night. Johnny Benson said thank you kindly and motored on to the win. Dale Earnhardt Jr. saying his race car has gotten tight here late in the race. We've had a rash of caution flags. 4 cautions in the last 57 laps. We'll bow out from the Bristol Motor Speedway shortly. We'll be right back.
Big banking. This wobbly table is driving me mad.
Good afternoon. I've got a great business plan to make next year even more profitable.
It's a small business owner. He probably wants a loan, but I've got a better idea.
What about my business plan?
Oh,
That's it.
perfect. He is good for something after all.
Does your bank think small about your small business? Call Capital One instead for no-hassle business loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. Check your mailbox.
Hello, Capital One.
I want a loan, I want a loan. What's in your wallet?
When you want to buy great products at the lowest prices you've ever seen, just turn to your computer. Satisfaction guaranteed. Everyday low prices and free shipping, and Google checkout is preferred. The next time you're gonna shop online, just remember these keywords. Buy.com, oh yeah, Buy.com.
My name's Joanne Livack, and my website is laidbackracing.com, and it's a site for tailgating race fans. We just hit our 1 million visitor mark. I love Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the colors, the smells, and all the good food. You meet the best people tailgating. They're just so friendly, and to tell you the truth, I've never seen a bad race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You just can't beat it.
Join Joanne and the gang for the Pep Boys Auto 500 weekend, October 26th through 28th. Atlanta Motor Speedway. Real racing, real fast.
You ever notice how similar your car is to a dish DVR? I can just zip past all the other cars.
And I can pass a guy.
Yeah, and then fall back and pass him again.
Get all your racing action the way you want it with Dish DVR Advantage. The Dish Network DVR lets you speed past the caution flag and get back to the action. Plus, get over 100 all-digital channels, including local channels, for just $39.99 a month. And HBO and Cinemax free for 3 months.
Think I could pause the race and come back and win it later? Superstars.
Dish DVR Advantage. It's about time.
Time to settle this thing at the Bristol Motor Speedway. 461 laps on the board. Green flag. 39 to go.
Flag. Clear low if you need it.
Carl Edwards leads, followed by Casey Kane, Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, And driver number 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr., is 5th.
Clear. Caution's out for debris on the backstretch.
And there you have it, a caution again.
Hey, tell Elliott, I'd like how he gets in there and blocks that swell for me. Okay.
Caution for debris. The 9th caution. So 6 cautions over the last, let's say, 90 laps.
Hey, T-Bone.
Back to the Bristol Motor Speedway after this. Glad you're with us here on NASCAR Hotpass.
Pressure, enemy of engines. Enemy of pressure, Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic, with adaptive molecules that continually join forces to help conquer pressure. Not just oil, Pennzoil.
Having a half-ton with the most legroom and a fancy rear seat is great, but truckers want to know if it's still got some truck left in it. We'll put it this way, if it'll drawbar pull 6,400 pounds of dead weight, towing 10,100 pounds is a walk in the park. Hello, Dolly. Available on the all-new Tundra Crew Max, the truck that's changing it all.
Hey, Jimmy, need a little help? Sure. You know what else would be good?
Cobalt tools are so comfortable.
Let me use that screwdriver. No.
You just don't want to quit working.
Yeah. What do you think? Great tools.
Cobalt, the next generation of tough tools.
Well, anything else we can do? There's always my wife's car.
Available exclusively at Lowe's.
It's him again, Denny! Hey! You there?
Look, I said no calls at work.
Oh! Didn't know I had to make an appointment.
Look, I'm just trying to earn some paycheck.
Oh, bring up the $1 million you're trying to win me? What are you doing that's so important? I got stuff going on today too, man. I gotta go shopping for a birthday gift for my girlfriend. She does not want an amplifier. I found that out the hard way.
Enter the Sprint Speed Million Sweepstakes presented by Motorola. You could get a call from a Nextel Cup driver and a chance at $1 million.
Ode to the Subway Melt. Your appetite just wrote a check that only a sandwich of this magnitude can cash. The one and only Subway Melt. A massive, mucho, munchable, mouth-watering melt of a sandwich. Subway. Eat fresh.
A method doctors use to remove warts at the office is also available at home. Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away Wart Remover. Just press and freeze. It works fast in as little as 1 treatment.
See, that was easy.
Remove warts fast with Freeze Away from Dr. Scholl's.
Welcome back to Channel 799, DirecTV Hotpass. Tony Eury Jr., your car's a little bit tight, but what do you think? Think Junior can make some adjustments inside that cockpit and maybe make a run at these guys?
Well, I think we can get in the top 5 here. He looked like he could hold his own on the 12 and stuff, but it's like to be a little bit better so we can make a run for it. That cost us a little bit getting there on the end of pit road, but, you know, it's been a good night altogether. We just got to keep letting it, you know, we've lost a bunch of these in the last 40, so hopefully we won't lose this one.
What about NASCAR holding on everybody on pit road at the end of the race? A little bit unusual, isn't it?
Well, I think it's just because it gets so congested and got all the trucks down the center, it's just a lot safer for everybody that's in the infield.
All right, we're going back to green, folks. Steve?
Yeah, Jeff, while we were in commercial break, we heard NASCAR say they want everybody to stop on pit road after the race. You heard Tony Eury Jr. explaining it. 31 laps remaining. Carl Edwards, your leader, followed by Casey Kane, Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Junior closes the gap a bit on Kurt Busch. Jr. a second and a half, make that 1.9 seconds behind Carl Edwards. Edwards trying to win for the second time in 2007. Edwards comes into tonight's race 5th in points. Just a reminder, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin, and Matt Kenseth have clinched a spot in the chase. Final 10 races will determine the 2007 Nextel Cup champ. Junior doing everything he can with 3 races remaining to get in the chase. Time running out here at Bristol. His teammate, Martin Truex Jr., is in the 10th position. Truex Jr. came in here 11th in points. Kurt Busch came in here 12th. He is 4th. Tony Stewart's going to get underneath Ryan Newman. That is a battle for 4th position, the 6th spot. Newman trying to hold him off. That battle actually good news for Dale Jr. Tough battle here on this high-banked half-mile speedway. Tony Eury Jr. telling Jeff Hammond moments ago that the confusion they had earlier in this race exiting pit road cost them a couple of positions, but they have rallied. They faced adversity, and they are in the 5th position. 21 laps to go. Junior 3.2 seconds now behind the leader, Carl Edwards.
Steve from down here on pit road trying to watch what's going on. I'm still curious, how does the point night stack up so far for Junior? If he's able to come home 5th, is he gaining anybody on 5th and in 12th place? You mentioned earlier that position was now held by Kevin Harvick. Does he still look like he's going to gain some on the guy in 12th?
Well, Kevin Harvick is 18th. He rides 18th right now. He is on the lead lap. And Martin Truex Jr., as we mentioned, his teammate, Dale Jr.'s came in here 11th in points, and he is in the 10th position.
Steve, as the laps wind down, I got to believe, as good as we looked early on, I think probably the point that we need to make sure we don't lose sight of, after all the struggling weeks that they've had here at the 8 car, has to be somewhat gratifying. If they can come home with a 5th place finish, even though they'd like to have had a little bit more, it still will be a good night for these guys.
Agreed, Jeff Hammond. A top 5 at Bristol is a good night's work.
15 to go, 15, clear by 2 to the 20.
Steve Meal informing Junior that just 15 laps remain. While I have the chance, we want to thank you for being with us here on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV. We've had a blast bringing this to you and hope you're enjoying it at home. Don't forget the Old Spice post race
outside
after the checkered flag, and Tony Stewart gets by Junior for the 5th position. Dale Jr. said his race car had gotten tight, meaning it's difficult to turn. And now Dale trying to concern himself with holding off Ryan Newman. And Jeff, I don't think with just
clear by 3 to the 12.
I don't know that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to try to do anything heroic or foolish here in the closing laps. He's got to take what he has and go home with it.
No, you're right about that, Steve. And watching it here on the monitor, he hasn't given up. He's still trying to drive that car in there, make it turn. He's trying to basically, manhandle this race car with these final 10 laps.
10 laps to go, 10.
Plus, if somebody bobbles, like if the 20 car put pressure on Kurt Busch, maybe he can go ahead and gain a spot back. More importantly, gain a little bit on the 2 car.
Yeah, I'll copy that, Jeff. Under 10 laps to go. 9 caution flags tonight. And I believe we've only had 2 leaders. Casey Kane led the majority of the laps early, and Carl Edwards. Actually, I say that. Several different drivers stayed out to lead a lap during green flag pit stops. But Edwards and Kane have led the vast majority of the laps. Tony Stewart wants to get by Kurt Busch. So Stewart's car comes to life late here in the race. Junior's going to take a look at Kurt Busch. And Jeff, it looks to me that Kurt Busch might be fighting the same problem Dale Earnhardt Jr. is. He can't turn that number 2 car.
No, he can't, Steven. Again, that's the reason why you don't want to quit. No matter if you've got just a few laps left, you might be able to make something happen. Tony Stewart's car has come to life. Our car is struggling. It's clear right now the 2 car is definitely losing a handle on his.
Yeah, so, as you said, Jeff, great effort by Dale Earnhardt Jr. He passes Kurt Busch with just 5 laps remaining. Great effort.
Clear by 2, coming to 3 to go.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. told Jeff Hammond that his strategy was simple. Run wide open every lap. He's battled a tight race car here late in the race. He said that on lap 4:38.
Clear by 4, good job. White flag, June, white flag, clear by 4.
Final lap.
One spinner, racetrack will be clear, racetrack is clear, June, no yellow, no yellow. Starting to check up just a little bit, easy now, easy, racetrack's clear. There you go. Way to hang, guys.
Spinning ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, good finish, guys.
Carl
Good
Edwards
work.
will win it. Dale
I'm
Earnhardt
pretty happy
Jr.
with
will
that
finish 5th.
compared to where I figured we was going to be. Be happy about that. Yeah, tempo, I should have done a little more change there at the end, but we finally got us top 5.
Time for the Old Spice post-race show as Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes 5th here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Steve Burns here with the NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV. We just heard you compliment your race team. You guys had a little bit of adversity, but you fought back to a top 5. Congratulations.
Yeah, we didn't have too much adversity. I didn't get off pit road as good as I could have every one time, but I was proud of my team, proud of the car they gave me. As usual, top 5 car. And, this track's pretty fun. It didn't double up the groove like it did, like it should have near the end of the race. I think the tire was a little too hard. If we could have put more rubber down on the bottom, that would have went away and we'd have been able to work top more. But we're happy with the track, what Goodyear did give us what we could get here. And thank Budweiser. My team did good. Real proud of my team. They make the car as good as they can, and I get what I can with it.
All right, Dale Jr., thanks for letting us ride shotgun with you here on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV. We will see you in California.
Absolutely, buddy. See you.
Thank you, man. Let's go now to Jeff Hammond standing by with Tony Eury Jr. Jeff?
Thanks, Steve. Shoo. I mean, it's over finally. Can you believe it right now? 500 laps, you guys come home in the top 5. I know you wanted to go to victory lane. Had a great car all night long, though, because it was solid, but you got a top 5 finish.
Yeah, I mean, we're happy with that. I mean, the way the year has been going, to be able to just finish one out. We got a few points on it too, nothing great, but I'm just happy to finish in the top 5. I probably let the car get away from me there a little bit during the race, but overall, I mean, it was just a good performance for the whole team.
Right there at the end, even though Dale Jr. said the car was too tight, it looked like, he didn't quit. He kept digging. He lost the position, but then he got it back.
No, that's all you can ask for him. Just keep digging. I mean, we had our car a little bit better earlier in the race, and if we had something for the 99 then, but 99 was a strong car all night, but we'll just take it and get out of here and just go to California. I think we got a good piece for out there.
You mentioned California. You say you got a good piece out there. You feel like you got enough of the right stuff over the final 2 races here to be able to gain some more points and maybe give yourself that opportunity to get back in the top 12?
Well, I mean, you just got to ask that guy that's got to have a little bit of bad luck. I mean, we're gaining on everybody but the people we need to gain on, and it's just tough. I mean, if a guy blows up, you only gain 100. So I think we're probably 140, 150 points out or something. So we got to go out there and do the best we can do, and come home in top 5s, and where it lays.
Great night for this whole team right here. Thanks a lot, Tony Jr. Top 5 finish for Dale Earnhardt.
Jeff, thank you. Great job as well down in the pits on a hot night. 500 laps of racing. The king of the crew tonight, we're going to give it to the entire Budweiser over-the-wall crew. They did a great job. Flawless pit stops, no mistakes. So this Bud's for you. How about a sweet move by Dale Earnhardt Jr.? And that's your shell made to move. Dale Earnhardt Jr. passes Jeff Gordon for second. Your shell made to move of the race. Old Spice post-race show continues here at Bristol. Privileged to be with you here on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, channel 799. Updated point standings. The chase for the 12th, Dale Earnhardt Jr., 158 behind Kurt Busch. So he picks up just 5 points on the evening. We go to Fontana, California, and then Richmond, Virginia. And after the race in Richmond, we will know who the 12 drivers are who will battle for the 2007 chase for the Nextel Cup. Next week, you'll see Tony Stewart on channel 795, Clint Boyer, Jeff Gordon, Juan Pablo Montoya, and driver 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. on channel 799. Hope you enjoyed the racing. 160,000 strong here in the hills of Tennessee, eastern Tennessee. For the entire NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV team. And for Jeff Hammond, I'm Steve Burns. Thanks for being with us.